we've got the Avengers Endgame trailer, finally. Joker's rap production. Ruby and Camp on the first word. And my laptop still don't have a charger. I'm going to get a new one for it. So, this is Fandom Nonsense.
Shit Creek
I did.
without a paddle.
What?
Shit Creek without a paddle.
Up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Shit Creek?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shit Creek.
Up Shit Creek without a paddle.
Where's?
As a popular phrase.
Is there a place called Shit Creek?
Is there a place called Shit Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out back.
That's a lagoon.
Sorry, Shit Lagoon.
Shit Lagoon without a paddle.
More dead body lagoon.
Mm-hmm. You got
Corpse
that right.
Lagoon.
I love lagoon. More plural.
Irish wristwatch.
More plural. Okay, no, it's easy now. What's
Rural
happened?
juror.
Rural juror.
Rural juror?
Rural juror.
Rural juror.
Alright, I guess let's...
Not an urban juror. A rural
Yeah.
juror.
Let's actually start with the actual big news so we can actually get some views on this goddamn thing.
Oh, we're not going to introduce ourselves?
That would be nice.
Oh yeah, I guess we can do that. Welcome to Fandom Nonsense, I'm Zach.
That was really early.
Who are you?
I know. I felt like it was really too.
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I don't know who I am.
It's too early to know.
Yeah, it's too early to know.
Oh my god.
27 years old. Man doesn't know who he is.
Alright, that narrows it down. You're 27 years old.
How much does that narrow it down?
Enough. Just to one age.
It's one age out of...
Guys, we'll go to the library.
How
Look
many?
up everyone who was born 27 years ago. And just start counting them off. We'll start at like the Aarons, just as an example.
No,
Like
that
2
sounds-
That's fair. It would not
Yeah.
take that long to get to his name.
That sounds ridiculous.
Aaron's, especially Aaron Gibson's.
Well,
That's an
27.
instance where the dumbest solution is actually the best one.
Aaron's, 27.
Yeah,
Now we gotta go through all of them.
You know, yeah, I hated like elementary or all of school whenever they did like roll call because they would go by your last name. So I was not the first name called every day. And it upset me.
You thought it was your birthright.
I got 2 ways. I should be the first.
You're the
I'm at the
first on-
beginning of the alphabet twice.
You're the first on every list, including the FBI. You can't just have that one. It's one thing.
I feel you though, because by all rights I should be at the end.
But you're right smack dab
Right
in the
there
middle.
right next to you, just right down the street.
Yeah.
We're practically
Yeah,
neighbors.
I could like wave at you, fucking while I'm mowing my fucking G lawn.
JK.
Jake.
No, that's fair. Yeah, but that never showed up. Like, that was always just kind of amended from my name at school and everything. It was just Zachary. Like,
Cool.
There's never any confusion with that.
Right on.
Yeah, never went by any other name.
I went by Nolan Feldman on my papers all my senior year.
What? They just
No.
got it wrong? Or did you just...
Yeah, I fucked up. I kept fucking up and writing the same.
No, I mean, did they get it wrong?
No. I just did it to do it because nobody could read it anyway.
No.
They're just like, it looks like the same word.
They're like, oh, yeah, cool. That works.
Wow.
That might have been enough time. Welcome to Fandom Nonsense. I'm Zach.
I'm Aaron,
I'm Colin.
I'm also Nolan.
and I'm pleased.
All right. Anyway,
I remember who I am.
Oh, my God. So
What
what's
about
up?
him?
What's up?
in-game thoughts, predictions. How much shit was the trailer full of?
Prediction number 1 is like most of it's probably not in the movie.
Yep.
You think?
They're liars.
They always do that.
Mean ones.
That scene with Ant-Man maybe a version of it, but that will not be in the movie.
What from the original Avengers trailer did that put in the movie?
From Infinity War?
Yeah, from Infinity,
yeah.
Infinity War, I mean.
Offhand, there's a lot, but offhand, the Hulk is never in Wakanda. They replaced the Hulkbuster CGI with the Hulk in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So wait.
And there's a scene of all of them running together that's not in the movie.
Oh, okay. The actual, like, the Hulk. All right, I was thinking just Bruce Banner.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you're right on that. Because now I do remember that.
And he's right, there's
They
a scene
are
of all them
liars.
running.
They are liars.
The movie is called Endgame, and they were it was the most guessed name, and Marvel came out saying nobody has guessed it yet, and still came out with it being the number one guessed name.
Marvel
They are
said-
liars.
Nobody in this
Total
room has
liars.
guessed it yet.
The Russos said not only that no one had guessed it, but the name also wasn't said in Infinity War.
Which it was.
It totally was.
Oh yeah.
This is the end game.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Yeah, we're in the end game
Yeah.
now. Yeah, like, oh yeah, total fucking liars.
Take me out to
Even
the
that line is a
endgame.
lie. Because they were in Infinity War then. Endgame wasn't even out yet.
They hadn't even shot it yet. What?
I think that
Which? No, go ahead.
it wasn't a trailer. It wasn't.
it's a
it wasn't
teaser.
anything.
Yeah, it's a
But they're
teaser.
calling it a trailer.
Teasy peasy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a teaser trailer. They called it a trailer.
Right.
Like,
Oh, do you feel teased?
and it's
by
and
that
it's
trailer?
it's a long enough thing to not be a teaser. The I feel like
It was
the,
like 2 minutes,
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
it?
fair.
Yeah.
How long was it?
Yeah,
Well,
that's still that's
That's a good sized
almost-
trailer.
that's
2
almost
minutes is a time.
What a 3
exactly,
minute?
but for the content that it had and what it
Yeah.
like, and obviously you don't want to give too much away, but I feel you. Like, it's like the first Captain Marvel trailer. Like, it whets my appetite a little bit. Like, cool, this is going to be dope, but there's really nothing in it besides the fact that it's the conclusion to the Infinity War story that's hooking me on it. Like, if I hadn't seen that, if it was just standalone, I'd be like, that's cool, that looks good. What's up with this? But
I feel like-
easily forgettable.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like a lore builder, honest, or like lore's the right word. I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, it's just like filling you in on what's going on, like where we're taking place, who's still around, who's being swept up
Right.
with a broom and dustpan.
Yeah.
Now,
Like Shuri, that list up there was everybody who was dead, wasn't it? Like who had died.
Mhm.
I think the rumor is they thought that
they thought Ant-Man.
yeah, Scott Stapp.
Yeah.
No,
We're going with it.
So wait, we didn't see Ant-Man die in
No,
in
No,
Ant-Man and the
in-
Wasp, he got
Infinity
sucked into the quantum realm.
Yeah, he
with
got
it.
sucked on
Which
into the
they
quantum realm.
haven't explained how to get out of that. I imagine
yeah.
you get a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a thing, and then it might have had something to do with the changing of reality so hard. Is my first theory on that?
I mean,
why he was there?
I think that
No, why he got out.
Oh.
Why he got out. Everything changed on a quantum
Well,
level because
They
he
probably
That's
gave
how
him-
he got trapped there. Is everybody getting?
Oh.
I don't-
Like they were manning the technology.
we don't really know if he's like trapped there though. He could
Yeah.
have like a button or something that can still get him back. Because I mean, what's her name's back? Gray-haired old quantum realm lady. His wife,
Right.
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she didn't
Jeanette,
go back
yeah.
in.
What? No, she didn't go back in, but she probably is super smart from all the stuff that had happened to her, and
Oh,
she's
and
able to
yeah,
make
yeah,
something.
right,
She knows
yeah,
how to get
that
him
makes
out.
sense, yeah, definitely.
So he probably had like it's like an ejector seat, essentially. Just click a button and he just comes back. Everybody's
I
gone.
have no excitement from the trailer. Is more what I'm saying. It didn't give me more excitement for the movie.
Paul Rudd. He's what I'm
Other
excited
than,
about.
I mean, that was the only thing in it that, but like the first full minute and a half of it is, like, oh, they're depressed, and now Tony is monologuing.
So
That sounds like everything that we already knew was going on.
Because that's at the beginning of the movie, and
Yeah.
Iron Man's not going to die at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it's probably going to be fucking Carol on her way to fucking Earth and passes his fucking ship. Like, quit moping. We're going home.
And if
you
it
know, like,
and if it isn't at the beginning of the movie, it's gonna be we're not gonna see anything from him for like the first 30 minutes or something.
right?
Like,
Yeah, it's going to be his first scene is probably going to be some version of that shot in the trailer. That's not going to be when he dies, if he dies in this movie. So that's not really. I feel you on that. Like, it's good, but it doesn't really hook me. But the thing that I'm having a lot of trouble with is how to feel about the whole not being able to trust the creator aspect, because I feel like as an audience, like especially in the age of the internet when things are so volatile, and being able to say like, no, like the creators have come out and said that such and such like is their intention is canon, like that's like there's not an argument here like jumping ahead to, but a perfect example is Ruby and the whole Crow being her father argument.
Yeah.
And like if you, and I get why there's a necessity almost to be deceptive in the trailers, sure, but it's just to outright lie to the audience like that, I feel like creating that distrust and that lack of like any kind of foundation of anybody's word being gospel, it just, to me, it just kind of just tosses a fucking stick of dynamite into a powder keg. Yeah. Because it feels like our arguments kind of have no logical basis at that point.
Yeah. And
I could be overthinking because I spend way too much time on the Marvel subreddit and shit, so I deal with these arguments every day, but I definitely, and I'm not sure where I fall on the who has, whether it's the author or the audience who has ownership of the intention and everything. So I'm not sure where I fall in that debate. So it kind of falls into that kind of questioning too.
Right.
Is that twist off?
What are you doing?
Oh, I had no idea. It's been twist
What
off
are
the
you
whole time.
doing?
But that along with I don't think that they should have given us a lot in it, because I feel like at a lot of points in a lot of the Avengers, especially the Avengers movies, but most of the Marvel movies, they give us parts that we would have liked to have just seen in the movie, and
Right.
it would, now that we were expecting it the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
and that, but at the same time, like, I want to have some sort of other kind of hype other than, yeah, I want to see this movie already because I know everything else that happened. And I don't feel like they'll build any more new audience off of it, even though they don't really need it, I
Right.
guess. But I guess for me, as that person, like, I want to see a little bit more to give me a little bit more hype about the things. Like, no, there was not a single fight scene, which I'm sure we'll get one by the end of this. I'm sure they'll come out with something else, and we'll have some kind of actiony shit. But
There'll be probably around the time of Captain Marvel coming out, if not a few weeks before, we'll probably get the next trailer.
I've been thinking about two things for a minute now. Like, one, what ship is Tony on that he got from Planet Titan?
The Guardian ship, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
Yeah.
It might be like a piece together bit of like that and some scrap he found.
And also, what happened to Nebula?
I'm
Because she's still alive.
Yeah.
Why don't they go together? Like, hitch a ride back to Earth or something.
probably an argument, I would imagine.
I mean, he doesn't know her. He has no beef with her.
There's a good possibility she's there and they didn't
Show her in the ship.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I've been thinking of. Is like, and
But
she's
definitely
does she need to
makes a lot
eat?
of them.
She's a lot of robot. Does she need to eat?
Probably not.
She's a lot of robot.
She probably doesn't. She probably doesn't need much in biological means. I don't even know if she needs to breathe at this point. Like, that might be a whole other object there.
She's not all robot. She lost a lot and
Lost a lot of bot.
a lot.
I don't know. I don't know enough about.
No,
the,
she got a lot of bot.
I don't know enough
Got a lot
about
of
the
bot.
exact lore of Nebula to say whether she really needs most of the biological things that we need, though.
Well, you can just like detach part of her,
Yeah.
man.
Oh.
Like seemingly essential parts, like parts of her brain and stuff, right?
And I'm
Remember when
wondering.
she's like separated out? Was her like face?
Could you see parts of her like actual like nog brain? Like,
Nog brain.
I don't know. I don't remember how chopped up she was, but I seem to remember her. head
I mean,
being-
yeah, it was like if she was all discombobulated
Yeah.
and whatnot. But
Yeah, when she.
I can't-
wasn't-
I just
she
remember
was,
seeing
like,
robot
stretched
parts.
out in one of the scenes where she was getting tortured and
yeah,
stuff.
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So like, but I don't think I saw barely any biological parts except for like parts
Right.
of her face.
See,
But I don't think we saw any kind of brain functionality, and I don't think we saw any actual organs. So I don't know if those work the same.
She may not have organ. Maybe she's all just like noggin.
Yeah.
She's
That's what I was
all
saying,
noggin.
like it all works.
She's all brain place.
She might be very like just battery energy oriented in that aspect. In some way, I don't know how that.
Maybe
tech
she's
works
solar
out.
powered.
Which
She's in space a lot. There's a lot of suns out there.
There are a lot of suns, and
You could say that's where all of them were.
Thanos killed half of them. The biological suns, not the fission based.
Well,
suns.
half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope she's with Tony. I want to see a dynamic that I didn't even think that I wanted.
Yeah.
Chip. Makes no sense. He's like, I'm in a robot suit sometimes. You're part robot.
But like, I mean,
give him
there was a
any
thing of
He's got pods. He couldn't do
like
that.
Thor and Rocket
A little bit
Raccoon.
about you. He immediately cheats on her with Nebula.
Thor and Rocket Raccoon. I didn't know that I wanted to see that go down. That was definitely my
Oh yeah.
favorite part of the movie, is
Right.
especially comedically. But either
Comedically and like the
Yeah.
how Stormbreaker's part Groot now.
yeah.
Like that's such a good like bonding moment.
All of that, I definitely didn't know I wanted to see. So yeah, I would go with you on that. Like that would be. a
Thor's
cool thing
wearing
to
an
see.
eyeball that went inside of Rocket Raccoon's butthole. Bonding.
Bonding. Sweet rabbit.
What? Trying to think of anything
he
else.
doesn't ever correct him, does he?
No. And they call Groot Tree, even though like
Yep.
the only thing he can say is his name.
I'm Groot. I am Steve Rogers. It's in the middle of battle. Comedy. So great. That whole movie is just awesome. And I need to go back and watch it again, especially before we see the next one.
Oh yeah.
I've watched it a lot.
Yeah, I've only seen it twice. But I was out in the middle of nowhere when I was there.
So Thanos racking up his armor. Does that look like a trophy to you guys? Like a trophy of his victory?
It's a scarecrow.
Is it? Oh, is he?
He's a farmer.
He's
He's
farmer
not doing shit
Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Farmer Thanos.
He already
Well,
did what
His
tarnation.
fingers did all his fighting for him, buddy.
He didn't, other than the fact that he beat the shit out of Hulk. Like that's,
I mean,
that's a lot
like,
of
that's
fighting.
when he infinite.
Oh, he was like,
it's Gonzo.
done, cool,
I won the
time to
fight.
retire. Like,
Just simple Thanos.
Yeah. Just reaping crops.
God, and the Avengers are gonna come there and
reaped a
ruin
bunch
his
of
crops.
souls and then reaped a bunch of crops. I really don't like that they didn't bring death into.
I'm
that
so
in
glad they
Release
didn't.
It.
That's
Yeah,
such
that-
a bad
Why?
story. Because
Why?
it's a bad story. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. It works in comics where things are fucking stupid.
Yeah, like
But it-
mythical. Like
Yeah, but it doesn't like his motivation.
It doesn't
is
portray
so
well
much,
onto live
is
action.
so much more grounded and like believable in the MCU.
Yeah,
have
you
worked.
wouldn't really been. There wouldn't have been really that wonder of if you're on his side or not.
Right, exactly.
If you
Yeah,
hadn't gone
he's
this way,
he's
but-
like pretty much on like a boner bloodlust
Yeah,
for
he's
rate. Like
He's a
for,
fuck boy. Like,
Yeah.
he's like the worst kind of fuckboy.
yeah,
Yeah, and then without Deadpool there, then
yeah. That,
that
too.
kind of makes it.
Yeah, because Death
But
didn't
I
even
wanted
want him.
Deadpool,
Death
I
wants.
wanted Deadpool there.
Man,
And
they've already talked about how they could bring him in. They have the ability
Does,
to. Well,
does that
not like
work between the production companies?
No. I'm talking about like if like Kevin Feige and them have like actually said like if they did get the potential to put him in there,
Yeah.
like they already have ideas.
Okay, that
like
could
they
be-
could
They
do
could
it.
make it viable and not ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, I feel
more
like
of more ridiculous than it already would be in the first
And
place.
they're making this PG. They put out the PG-13 Deadpool movie, and I feel like that's like a
testing the
yeah,
waters.
that's testing the waters, being like, hey, we can still make this hilarious and not need to make it not put a whole bunch of
Still
fucks in there.
I still haven't seen Deadpool 2.
It's good shit.
Once again, I've been out in the middle of nowhere and not been able
Yeah.
to get to a movie
Isn't
theater.
PG-13 allowed like one fuck?
Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder if he acknowledges the fact that he's like, well, I only got one.
I'm like, I only get one fuck in this movie. I better use it well.
He has to. He has to if that's the case. Like,
That's weird movie logic.
I mean, from
And it can't be
from this fourth
sexual.
wall breaking shit.
You're not quite an adult, so you only get one fuck.
There can be sexual not innuendo. What's the?
I mean, like,
Themes?
you can't use
Yeah,
you can't
yeah.
use the word fuck in a sexual context
Oh,
in a PG-13
oh,
movie.
okay,
Like, you
okay,
can like, I'm
okay.
going to like fuck you or something.
Yeah.
You wanna
Fuck Thanos to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like fuck Thanos to death. That's okay.
Yeah. That works.
I mean, does it?
What?
Fuck Thanos to death?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, if you're implying that you're just gonna punch him until he's dead, then yeah. I mean,
or
that, like,
just ram Ant-Man up his asshole and then fucking
Yeah, that would do it.
is that fucking him to death though?
Penetration.
fucking him with his whole body.
Well, if he goes
His
in,
dick is technically inside him.
That's true.
It's fair.
Yeah,
Like-
everything's inside of him. Like,
yeah.
that's...
So, I
It's
mean,
the most you could possibly fuck someone.
but then I mean, get him inside of him and
God. I wonder if he's ever done
Make
that,
him
like in a
grow.
comic or something.
Yeah, for sure.
what, sexually done stuff inside of
No.
something?
I know, but-
It's just like
Ant-Man?
gone in somewhere
Yeah,
and
like-
exploded out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
classic.
That
I
had
can
to have
shrink
happened. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Man,
But it's
Adam
Ant-Man.
does
Ant-Man's a good...
that.
Does the Atom do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't do it to like a person.
Ray
I
Palmer's a
guess.
scientist and like a good man.
He won't do it to like a person, but like it's like, you know, the concept of like going small into something and blowing out of it. I'm pretty sure like robot enemies have died like that. Oh,
What you
damn
missed-
it.
What you missed was we were talking about the way to fuck Thanos to death would be to shove Ant-Man into his ass and then make him expand.
Oh, that's how. That's
Made
the
it
end-
worse.
That's the end game.
Yeah, like that.
That's how they're gonna win.
That's why he comes in at the end of the
It
trailer. They
would
know how they're gonna
work.
do it.
The whole thing with
even a
fucking
popular meme now.
Captain Marvel, yeah. The whole thing with Captain Marvel is
Just
just
planning.
misdirection.
Yeah.
Yep. All it is gonna be is
We'll distract him. You slip on
get
in.
up in there. You wouldn't even have to. He can slip down to a quantum level. Like fucking like.
That's
like-
still slipping on in. It doesn't matter how small you are. You're going inside of somebody.
Do you need a distraction at that point? Would you notice an atom going into your butt?
Maybe he might be able to with the gauntlet and all the stoons.
Possibly.
Well, is he wearing
But
them?
he's
Is he
not.
giving-
Right
He's
now.
not wearing them right now, but I'm guessing like if people
It's all
start coming his
destroyed
way,
and
he's
shit.
gonna put that mofo on.
Right,
It's
but
all
I mean,
destroyed and
We're
shit.
talking about a covert operation in which we silently land on
Can
Thanos'
he
planet.
even fix the gauntlet? Is
What do you
the
mean?
question.
Gauntlet still works. He used it right after he snapped.
The gauntlet is all fucked up in
But
the last scene.
He used it right after he snapped.
Yeah.
He
No,
still
wasn't
used it.
the
It's-
snap
No.
part of how he got to.
Yeah.
No,
what
he
was-
snapped his. No, afterwards he was he'd like just dropped back and the space stone like turned on and he like went through a portal.
When the
Yeah.
Soul Stone.
No, space stone. Soul stone's the
you're
one that
talking
has
about the
everybody
scene-
inside
you're
of it.
talking about the
Maybe.
scene that I was talking about the scene where he was talking to.
No, I'm talking about like the end. Whenever he snaps his fingers.
But I think in the end scene, the actual end scene of him coming out and you seeing him on.
Oh yeah, he
Titan,
doesn't. Well, he doesn't
whatever,
have it on
but-
now. That
No,
then.
it shows the Infinity Gauntlet all fucked up.
Yeah, it looked fucked up after he did it,
But I don't know.
but he
if
still
all of
used it. It still works.
I don't know
Does
if all
it
of
work
still
at its
works.
full capacity, or
Yeah.
was he just able to do that thing?
Yeah,
Right.
it might have just been that one fucking finger work.
He may
Or he
have a
could've-
second
Or
one.
individual ones work, but not as a whole unit.
But the way that he got the thing in the first place, all the guys are dead who made
I
it.
like that.
All the dwarves are dead, except for one.
Except for one,
Yeah,
Dwarves.
and it's Peter Dinklage.
it's dwarves, right? There's
Oh yeah. My
guys,
bad. My bad.
Titan-esque dwarves, but they're dwarves. Fucking, but
Which cool
yeah,
worker.
but didn't it take all of them working on it together collectively to make the one fucking thing? Like, my question is, could he?
I don't
even
think he
fix
made
it.
it.
On his
He
own?
didn't make it sound like it was like that hard to do. He just like he was like they ordered me to make it. Well, it was hard to do because they were beating them, but
Yeah,
shooting their friends and.
yeah, that's fair.
But
So,
I
probably
don't think it was hard to make. I'm pretty sure they just did it for a living.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if one could do it because it took them a hell of a try to even get the thing started back, the forge started back, and then get the stuff all melted in. It took a group effort.
Do you see? Do you see how
To make
making Stormbreaker happen?
Yeah,
That was like a whole bunch
that
of work.
was-
Imagine if all of them are there.
but that wasn't making a reality bending thing. I know that
It wasn't just
something-
him then. He killed them after they made the gauntlet.
yeah, but now they're all
like
dead.
S maybe because gauntlets.
Now they're all dead. I'm
Well,
just
yeah.
wondering if he himself could fix it, and if even he got the one dwarf and tried to make.
What if
him
he
fix
just
it.
has another one?
Another dwarf.
Another gauntlet.
Infinity gauntlet. I don't. Maybe, but that would be a hell of a twist.
Could he use the reality stone to make them back?
Yeah,
Potentially, for like
you're
not
right.
forever,
No, you're right on that.
but until he just like turns off the reality stone.
You're right on that, and then
God, that'd be so torturous to the fucking
back into existence.
Yeah, to blink him and like all of his friends back and everything, and
I
then
think
like
we're
he's like,
going-
all right, thanks for that.
I think we're going too far
Still
out of
slaves.
anything that would actually happen at that point. Like, I don't think that they'll put.
I don't think he needs another glove. I think his glove works just fine, and even if it doesn't, he's still super strong.
Why would he? Why would they show his glove all busted up then?
Yeah.
If it didn't affect the glove at all. Why?
No, because I mean, it's trying to show the damage, like how much power that took. Like,
You know what also would show that is maybe if like half of everything died. That might be a pretty good indicator.
That would be a pretty good indication of everything. But
maybe
I for sure don't think that it works in its full capacity. If
yeah,
nothing
maybe
else.
the snap doesn't work, but
Yeah.
and
How are you
I
gonna
really
snap
liked
in
it.
that glove is all I'm saying.
I really. I mean,
metal cut.
they had to like whenever he was doing like he was in like the suit and everything. They had him wearing like mittens, so that and he was like having to try to snap with them on and stuff like that, and it was.
He's gotten so far off the top.
Snapping with mittens. That sounds like a good show.
Oh my gosh.
Good like jazz, like in impromptu
No.
jazz.
Snapping
with mittens.
snapping and mittens.
No.
Make it a jazz man and an Aristocat style character.
I got dibs on mittens.
Dibs up.
A
What
ri-
do you
an
want
Aristocat
to do?
style
No.
character.
You gotta be. You're gonna be snaps, or was it
I
what
don't
snaps
think
and
I want
mittens?
to be snaps until I know what mittens is all about.
I'm drumming. You're gonna like impromptu jazz.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. Yeah.
You want to be mittens.
Okay, dibs on being mittens, not dibs on mittens.
Dibs on mittens.
I just want these mittens, man.
Oh my god.
I just need these mittens, man.
Oh, we're so far off the topic.
What topic? Mittens?
No.
Oh, no, we're not that far.
But as far as
Yeah, they have. No, that was right on topic.
as far as I feel like I don't have any other theories other than like it's done and they
an
have
endgame?
to.
You think it's gonna be over?
I feel like I feel like the glove is done and over with, and the only thing that I can think of that could happen with them bringing it back is they're going to repair the glove in some way to make someone else use it.
Right.
Which in this, I think that
Yeah.
Tony Stark will die from using it. Is my theory.
Using what?
The gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
It's ways
Are
he
you
can't
sure?
even fit.
Because
What about the Hulk? Maybe
we
he'll
don't-
get his boner back.
We
and
don't
save the
trade.
universe.
We don't trade lives.
He's getting that boner back.
Was Tony Stark? You said that right?
No, it's Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers is the one who said we don't trade
Yeah.
lives. Oh wait, well then maybe Steve Rogers does it. That's whoever said we
That's a
don't
weird way
trade
to
lives.
die. I don't think he's gonna die. Steve, I don't think they're gonna like
If
throw him
this
out in a
doesn't-
different way because everybody's saying that he's gonna die.
If this doesn't work, I don't know what else I will do. Basically, is what he said in the trailer.
Right.
I don't know what else to do if this doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking that between like Rocket Raccoon, the Dwarf, Ant-Man, all of everybody that they have left who is like scientific or mystically or whatever technologically advanced is going to get together and try to fix it, and somebody has to use it. But is it going to kill somebody of just like regular human status? Instead, that's my theory on it. It's like it'll be him.
I really hope the gauntlet doesn't come into play. Like, our heroes have lost.
What if they just break the soul stone?
Yeah.
I feel like
Dab on 'em.
subterfuge and sabotage are the only weapons left. you
Right,
know?
exactly. Like, they have to, like, overcome Thanos. And Thanos, without the gauntlet, can still beat the shit out of Thor and the Hulk. You know, like, he's still, like, the hardest thing they've come up against without that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need that.
Took a straight hit to the chest with Stormbreaker and didn't die. Like,
Right.
Fucking like.
Should have gone
fucking
for the head.
shit. Yeah.
So I don't think that I hope the gauntlet doesn't come back into play because it's kind of served its purpose, and it's hard for something like that to not fall into a Deus Ex Machina.
They've still beaten him with the gauntlet. In like animated stuff, I've seen them beat him with the gauntlet, and definitely in comics and whatnot.
I mean, but
they could still beat him with
MCU
it.
does.
Oh, they definitely could. I just
Yeah.
And they were whooping his ass for
When?
a minute there, for a second there on Titan.
Eh.
They almost
not-
got it off of him.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fucking
I'm-
goddamn
I'm
Star-Lord.
Dude, I fucking hate Star-Lord in that
Fucking-
movie.
I'm starting to.
He had a normal human reaction. Fuck you.
He had a
no.
normal Star-Lord reaction.
Yeah, true.
Not a normal human reaction.
Yeah.
I've no, he's never fucking flipped out like that before. Other than whenever he figured out his
when
dad
he-
killed his mom. Whoa.
Yeah, see.
Where's Gamora?
Right.
And a Batman
But-
moment.
Listen to Robert Downey Jr. He knows what he's talking about. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
We almost got this thing off!
Remember that time he woke up in somebody's house that wasn't his, and then he was immediately still in movies again?
Yeah, that was Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
What?
Not the movie. In, the real life. Him did that.
Oh yeah, he did like drugs and stuff. Do you know that his parents were putting him in
Okay.
Every
B-
actor ever, you mean.
B-rated movies? Like whenever he was like really young, and they did like weird drug, like they did a whole bunch of drugs around him all the time, and fucking it was crazy. He lived a crazy life, man.
Okay.
But he's still Iron Man, and he's still wonderful.
I'm not.
He was an Ally McBeal.
It's funny. I thought that we were talking about Chris Pratt.
He did this.
I was like,
Whoa,
I was
about
about.
Ally McBeal? How old was he?
No, I didn't even. Oh, I didn't hear you mention Ellen. I just heard like
You
woke up
zoned
at
out.
somebody else's house and drugs, and I was just like, what did Chris Pratt do?
Nah,
on
Chris
this?
Pratt. Chris Pratt is a God-loving
Pratt.
man.
Yeah, he really is. He says
Matt
it in
Pat.
every speech that he does.
He loves God.
Very
Fuck,
true.
fuck, fuck. Can we backtrack?
I'm.
So it's on a good little roll.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's good. I forgot. That's what I'm saying. Backtrack.
What were
I
you
mean,
talking about?
I was gonna
Go ahead.
move on to
Move it.
You were gonna agree with him. for
Yeah,
something.
I agree with you that I don't think that Cap or Iron Man is going to die in this movie.
Mhm.
I think it does serves them well to make us think they will, but I don't think. And the biggest reason is now that and they said that Loki is actually dead, but they said that at the same time they said that fucking Endgame wasn't the name of the movie. So what the fuck do I believe?
I hope he doesn't come back.
I do too.
Who?
I very much Loki. I hope very
Not
much.
out of the fact that I don't like the character or anything.
It's
like
just that
It's
he
because of
was a
it.
very
Sure.
good into his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a very big fucking thing for Thor.
But
Like an emotional thing for Thor.
but the two biggest names in the movies, sure, I'm sure they'll pull them back. But the biggest reason I don't think so is because they're about to get Fox and get all of that, and they're really like right here, right when they can fucking taste it. They're gonna give up on having Steve Rogers and Logan in a film together, or like all of them teamed up together.
Also, I've been playing too much Smash, and as soon as you said Fox, that's not what I thought. I thought Fox McCloud.
Man, I'm
Clam
sorry.
McCloud.
Clam McCloud. No,
McCloud.
nope,
No,
nope,
Logan?
nope,
Do
no
you mean-
tangent. Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Because
not Hugh Jackman though, right? Are we still?
no, yeah,
okay.
of course,
Oh, okay.
of course not. Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean that would be
That would be so great.
That would be a great way make a trilogy of X-Men films, or maybe just one or two, maybe one, have them show up in another movie, and then stand alone in a Captain America film. Maybe in the last Captain America
They
film,
fought in fucking
World War
they
II.
fought in World War II together.
exactly,
I know.
have another fucking flashback to Cap, and who knows how many fucking battalions he had. In one of them, you got fucking Logan there with him fighting
I feel like
alongside him.
didn't Hugh say
You
he
could
was,
easily have that
didn't
foundation.
say he was
put
kind of too old anymore to keep on doing that?
Yeah, but
as far as
you
the
wave
actual
that
stunts
kind
and
of
shit?
wave that kind of money in front of people, and no one's too old for anything.
That's fair, but then I feel like he wouldn't do it.
I don't think that we're going to ever see another, like, we may see a send-off movie or something.
We already did Logan.
No, I don't mean. Oh, I'm not talking about Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Wolverine will be recast. All the X-Men will.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
yeah.
I mean, I like McAvoy.
I like a lot of them.
Michael Fassbender. I like him
Yeah.
a lot
I
too.
want Danny DeVito to get ripped and play Wolverine.
That's interesting.
Perfect type.
That'd be the perfect height.
No, man, no. Danny DeVito should have been the dwarf that helped make Stormbreaker.
Oh,
Ooh.
man. That scene would have been so much
That would have been
fun.
pretty fun. But I mean,
Thor, where you been?
But I think.
But
that-
I mean, I feel like they cast that perfectly anyway.
Oh yeah, no, Dinklage is great.
Dinklage is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think that Downey and fucking Evans are going to be relegated to more because of how expensive they are, more of the Fury type role after Endgame. Like, assuming they stick around, they're gonna maybe be in for like 5 minutes or something if they show up in the movie at all.
Yeah, they can cameo and stuff.
Yeah, and he died in the end of the teaser trailer at the end, right?
They don't want that full contract anymore.
Fury,
Right.
They want more freedom.
Presumably going to be undone to some degree.
Yeah,
But
yeah, the Fury aspect of that makes a lot of sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fury actually dies in Endgame.
Right.
Even if he
Because
if he
that
comes
is a role
back,
that
you
can be-
mean?
Oh, he'll definitely come back. I'm pretty much
He
anyone.
got disintegrated.
Yeah, anyone snapped.
Everyone
Oh,
comes
you
back.
think that everyone
Right.
who got
Well,
snapped will be
maybe
back.
not just everybody, but
Yeah.
like almost everybody with some
Okay.
caveats for
Yeah.
some reasons that
And
some.
somebody, people are going. I feel like some people should still stay dead, and some
Oh,
Oh,
pe-
for sure,
The
yeah.
people
Like
who
who?
died
Yeah.
before the snap
Right.
should stay dead.
Yeah.
But the people
Like
snapped.
Loki should stay dead.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. On that.
What about Gamora?
Yeah, I guess she's gone too.
I mean, she died for the stone.
Is that okay?
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
she-
Say that
I
could
mean,
be.
And then
she's more
immediately
super
after,
trapped.
There's that Amber scene that's just like the one that happened after the snap, which feels the same color as the Soul Stone. Which feels like
She's
that's,
in there.
That's like
Yeah.
part of the Soul Stone universe, and maybe the whole quantum thing comes into that with Ant-Man and like being able to like.
He
Now,
goes
is that
in
quantum
the
or
stone.
mythical, though?
What?
Is there a difference between quantum and mythical at a certain point? Because these stones are mythical.
Maybe when you
They're
go
not really scientific
quantum
at any point. That's why they bend
in
reality.
a certain environment. Like if you were to go quantum, like in space or in some like faraway planet, would it look even at all the same? Would it be the same construct?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same structure of atoms, I wouldn't imagine. But does that deals with like would dark matter have
so
anything to
if
do
you're in
with
like a magic place or like a soulstone place,
Mhm.
you go quantum.
that? I can see that.
Where you
So-
go?
So speaking
Right.
speaking of X-Men, move along because we got some more things to talk about.
Oh wow, we've been on this one. We've been on this one for a hot minute.
We
Yeah,
have.
that's probably my bad.
When
Scoop
Dark
effort.
Phoenix is released in June, it will be 20th Century Fox's final X-Men film before the studio is acquired by Disney. Once that happens, the franchise will more likely revert back to Marvel. This will allow the merry band of mutants to make their long-awaited debut in the MCU. In anticipation of the merger, Fox apparently sought input from none other than head Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. Writer and director Simon Kinberg revealed that Feige reviewed the script and tone for Dark Phoenix. This news comes from Twitter user Lodix, really, who attended the film's recent panel at CCXP, obviously Comic Con. What's the XP? Do you know?
What? CCXP?
Yeah, in Brazil.
Extra perfect.
Extra Comic Con Extra Perfect in Brazil.
Xenoverse project.
It is doubtful that any cast members from the current X-Men series will reprise their roles once Marvel is in charge, so Feige wasn't sowing the
Cyberpunk
seeds for
player?
any MCU happenings. It's more likely he was just helping them make the best movie possible. Feige also indicated that even when the merger is complete, a new X-Men franchise is still a ways away.
It's probably Expo and then something in Portuguese.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
It could be Expo Portuguese.
it could be, but it's not.
Ex-Portuguese.
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 Previously,
Sounds like Portuguese X Games.
It's probably something Expo Portuguese.
Portuguese
But,
pork cheese.
So that's
I am not even
I'm really in the mood for some
Like,
pork cheese now.
totally have no want or care for this movie, to be honest. It's just like fucking. They kept on diving further
They just
and further
they
into
just
shit.
really want to get the Dark Phoenix right, guys.
They're trying. They're failing.
as long as they don't try to cram it in with the fucking mutant cured fucking storyline at the same time or some other
Yeah.
bullshit, and they actually let it be its own movie, because there is enough story in the Dark Phoenix saga for a goddamn trilogy, let alone putting it into one fucking movie. There's so
like
much.
when you have to make a whole goddamn movie to retcon your shitty shit.
Right.
like you've already you should have just given up. You should have just like, you know what? We'll just pass it over and sell it for a good price at this point instead of making the money off of it. They could have just sold it back at a certain point, right?
I just hope that they'll take Feige's advice, because on Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, because Marvel was already fucking doing their thing at that point, Feige tried to give Sony advice on how to like do Spider-Man right. Like, here's what you guys have done wrong in the past.
And then they did.
And then they didn't. So, like, if Fox will listen to him, then we might actually get a good X-Men film to go out on, and that would be cool. Like, there's been a lot of bumps in the road, but, I mean, the X-Men were the first, like, ensemble superhero film.
And they worked.
And they worked. Like, the first one
like,
doesn't hold up as well. The second one's not as good as people say. It's good. It's not as good as people say.
Yeah.
And the third one is not as bad as people say. It's certainly a disappointment compared to the first two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I still like the first one, alright.
yeah. But
There's a lot of good bits in the third one that I also enjoy.
First Class and Days of Future Past are good movies. Like, there's been,
Days of Future Past is nice.
and of course Logan. There have been good ones. They deserve to have one last good X-Men
I feel like they all have
movie.
good bits, but I don't feel like any of them stand alone as like a really good movie on their own. Like, I don't.
First
feel like
one
they do
deserves
that
at least
personal.
like 5 crisp high fives.
I mean,
Is this your
I
currency
still
now?
wouldn't. I still would not give it that.
I thought you were
Maybe
chuckling.
2.
It was you
Maybe
taking
2.
a hit of that.
But the thing is, I'm looking at X-Men 1 and 2 through rose-colored glasses, absolutely, because it was some of the first superhero movies that I saw that were actually done what was well for what I thought about it, and I also don't have the knowledge and everything of comic books to really have it. So I'm that person coming in that has really never read comics at all, and watching these movies just as they are, knowing, okay, I kind of know these people from animated series that I watched.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of I don't really see much good out of any of the X-Men movies, and especially in comparison to the MCU, all of the MCU.
Right.
We're including Iron Man 3 in there. Like,
Oh yeah.
like,
even the MCU's like biggest duds are better than like most other like Fox and Sony's like biggest successes.
Mm-hmm.
But I never read too much X-Men. I watched the cartoon as a kid and stuff, but I did read a lot of Spider-Man, and really no movie has gotten further away as far as like the text of it than Homecoming. Like, as far as like changing aspects of the story, but it's not about that, because film is a different medium. You have to change those things. The fact that Marvel, even when they change all of those different things, all of the surface level shit, they nail the tone better than other people do when they do get the surface level stuff right, of Uncle Ben and Aunt May being old and all of like the different like beats that you have to hit to make it, like all the checklists and everything,
to make it true to the actual
right
comics.
So I mean, I think that's the thing that the X-Men films are lacking, because they're Wolverine and his amazing friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest problem with those movies. They're not really X-Men
Uncanny
movies.
friends.
Cyclops is awful. I mean, Mystique was a okay part of that, but that was really for like the cool ass animation.
Rebecca Romaine or Jennifer Lawrence?
Rebecca Romaine.
Oh, word.
Which one's Rebecca?
The above.
Bear.
Jennifer Lawrence was just a hot moment for me on that one, because it was like, I mean, she played it okay, but like
Hot moment.
well, I mean, you think of the scene where she changes.
Is that how you see women? Colin?
Yeah.
She changes.
She's just a hot moment.
She changes.
Damn.
She changes from that's not like all women. That's what she played in that movie. It's what she played in that movie.
You
Whereas
can't, you can't turn back, Colin.
You bring Scarlett
You can turn back.
You bring Scarlett Johansson up. She plays a fucking good. She plays a really good character.
Yeah.
And actually has some storyline
Right.
to her, like some real depth. But I
Miss-
didn't feel much.
Your hot moment has a lot of different plot points. Like, she's one of the main characters in this new backstory, like a little bit.
But the
Mystique
only
has always been really
the only
involved.
scene
Yeah.
that I remember from that was her and Magneto, when she's in the bed and she's like changed her form to like because she was like changed her form into like an older woman form,
Mm-hmm.
and then changed it back to her like normal like human looking form, and then it was changing back to the regular thing, and that's the only real emotional like full on moment that I really remember from the whole thing.
I mean,
It was very forgettable to me as a performance.
her being like
Not of her outright.
members of like she used to work with both Magneto and James McAvoy, Professor X.
James boy.
Magneto and James May.
The
Buddy
telling.
cops.
The the
That's the buddy cop movie that I want.
no, Green Lantern. Green Lantern is the buddy cop movie that we deserve.
Is Green Lantern and who?
Well, it would be Hal Jordan, and like Jon Stewart or something, or Hal Jordan and fucking Sinestro. Buddy cop movie.
Buddy cop movie.
Okay.
And at the end of it,
The Sinestro Court starts.
exactly.
Yeah.
They've already made it into an animated movie, and it was brilliant.
Fucking Sinestro.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just gonna use that to leap on over to DC.
Yeah.
Boom.
Segue.
After 3 months of filming in New York City, production is finally wrapped for Todd Phillips' upcoming Joker movie. News comes with the release of new set photos from the Daily Mail featuring Joaquin Phoenix's titular villain Arthur Fleck.
Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, not much.
I'm
Just
excited
walking
for
my
this.
Phoenix. Sorry.
Good. The film also stars Bill Camp from Red Sparrow, Molly's Game. Never heard of either of those. Francis Conroy from American Horror Story. Red
Who's he?
Colin. Glenn
Plays
Fleshler.
several roles in American.
Douglas Hodge. Mark Maron. Josh
That's all I know him from.
Pays.
Is it that cool dude?
Just Pies?
Pays. And Shale Wiggum.
Wiggum.
No idea who that is.
It's Chief Wiggum's daughter.
Is that a serious thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Chief Wiggum of
It's a
the-
Simpsons crossover.
Why do you? I wasn't gonna say Simpsons. I was gonna keep it like in there, and then you ruined it.
It's
No,
a
I can
Simpsons
see it in your
crossover.
eyes. That's why I wasn't breaking contact. I was like waiting. It was gonna happen eventually.
You ruined
Sorry,
it.
I
You
stepped on
didn't
your thing.
ruin it. You were gonna break eventually.
Soiled it.
No.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna.
Destroying us all. Destroying us all.
Joker centers around the iconic arch nemesis and is an original standalone story not seen before on the big screen. Phillips' exploration of Arthur Fleck, a man disregarded by society, is not only a gritty character study but also a broader cautionary tale.
So we might learn something?
We might learn something.
I love learning things. Say oh no.
I'm really excited about this. Most of it was first off because of Joaquin Phoenix, and Walk the Line was actually
It's
one
really
of my
healthy for him.
really favorite movies. But
It's
I'm really excited
My
for
favorite
it,
use of auto-tune ever.
and I'm really excited
really
to
good.
see another different Joker after the last one that we got. Not necessarily that it was
Yeah.
as bad as everybody put it out to be,
It's hard to
but
fix
it
it.
wasn't what anybody
It's Ace
wanted.
Ventura dressed as. It's Ace Ventura cosplaying fucking the Joker.
Yeah, but I feel like it's
So
not as
the
bad
He
as
fucking
everybody
straight looks at somebody and
said.
says honka honka like.
I mean, you're right. So wouldn't that be more of the Mask as well?
Same
I feel
guy.
like it's Jim Carrey playing it.
Same guy, just one doesn't have a green mask.
It's fair.
He might own one. He just keeps it at home.
He probably has one somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
Some people own green masks. I'm certain.
Canon Ace Ventura is Mask. I want to see that movie.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be great.
I want to see Jim Carrey be the Riddler again. Sorry.
That would be great.
Dude, this movie's gonna be so good though.
It is.
Yeah.
Have they shown any?
I
Has
have.
there been any trailer?
There's
yet?
there's just been the fucking laughing,
teaser?
yeah, the little teaser trailer that's like.
That's a teaser trailer.
You took me by surprise.
That's a teaser trailer.
I couldn't realize.
Well, that's just a tease. Sounds like
Oh yeah, that is a
That's
tease.
what a teaser trailer means. It's a tease of the movie, not
No,
a
like-
trailer.
A teaser trailer is like a minute. Like
It's literally just a tease. That's not even a trailer.
right, exactly. Like a teaser trailer will show up in theaters. Like you actually get teaser trailers on the reel.
You're talking about like
They're short.
at the end of movies, or
No, like in the trailer reel on movies, the 15-minute reel before the movie starts of trailers, you will have actual like the in-game trailer is probably on a reel somewhere, probably a lot of them.
Yeah.
The screen test or whatever of Joker is not going to show up on like. You think so? You think something like that? Like yeah.
No.
Did it
big
even have a date?
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't think he even had a title.
Yeah, I think it's just
They
Jay.
can say
I-
coming soon on trailer.
No, I don't even think it says J.
They can
Does
say
it?
coming soon on trailers.
It says.
Or coming blah blah blah.
Yeah.
2019.
I think
Those
it
those
just
are
cuts to
usually
black.
teasers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it just cuts to black at the end of it. I don't think it has like a little itty bitty thing on there at all
You
at the end.
might be right. It's been a little bit since I watched it.
I watched it a few times. And, oh god, I love its color scheme. I love the way they put the green in there. So good.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's gonna be.
I
Good.
love his suit.
I don't know shit about it yet. And I still think it's gonna be good.
That's the best part. Oh man, they posted so many things that, like, some people have been like taking their
Pictures and shit.
people have been taking their phones and fucking like filming it.
Yeah.
And
Fuck that.
I've ignored. I've watched one of them and I was like, I don't want to watch these,
Yeah.
so I don't. Ever.
Yeah, but that's the
Go
same
fuck
thing
that.
that they did. That's the same thing that they did for Titans. And that we were
People
right.
shit on
We
all
were
that.
right about it.
Is it bad?
It's awful. Like
Is
See, I've heard it's good.
No, the one thing that I had a problem with were like costumes and all of that. And that's what they were saying. Oh no, it's not like that. No, it's all like that. And
Is it
like,
just the
I haven't-
costumes? Are the characters good?
I haven't seen enough of it to say anything about the story.
If the story is good,
But
I won't mind.
That's the thing.
The,
Is like
the
it
suits.
will bug me. It will bug the
See,
shit out of me the entire
I'm
time.
DC to the bone. Alternate universes. That shit changes all the time.
Because like
Cool with it.
Teen Titans for me was like one of my favorite things growing up in like animated series.
And you're getting
like,
that back.
Yeah,
So
good. And honestly, I shit on Go, and I still will shit on Go for.
Go's
A
got
lot of
so
stuff-
much good stuff in it, though.
But I've seen a lot of the stuff from like that, and it's all goofy. And then once they backtracked and recognized it, and then went forward again,
They addressed it
I'm
head on by
seeing-
putting it in the show that they
but-
were sucking.
they yeah, because it was sucking because they weren't addressing it head on that all these things
They weren't self-aware.
were the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're self-aware
Oh,
and
God.
fourth wall breaking, and it makes it a lot better as like a chibi cartoon. It's not really chibi style,
It's
but
kind
you
of
know what I mean.
it's like it's a
It's
weird
all
chibi.
chibi.
Yeah, it's pretty chibi.
yeah,
It's
pretty
just not
chibi.
the same like Japanese chibi style.
Right.
I mean,
that I'm saying.
It wants to
Opposed
be, though.
American.
Yeah, yeah.
movies, I could-
Yeah, that's American chibi. is
Hey
what I'm
baby,
saying.
I'm
It's like, it's not
pretty
exactly-
chibi. Pretty chibi.
Exactly.
Throw me
there,
one of
but
those.
it's like
You sure?
yes.
it's
Hard
really
as you
good
can.
now that they're
Alright.
self-aware and they break the
You,
fourth wall all the
me,
time and talk
hard as
about
you
like aren't you supposed
There
to
you
be blah 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 and like that kind of thing. Now it's doing a lot better, and I'm glad that we're getting actual Titans back, actual Teen Titans back.
is for you, Zach.
I'm super happy about that. When is do we have a date on that?
What?
Next year sometime.
Talking about the
Yeah,
new
but
Titans
like
show?
an actual- yeah.
Not the new Titans show, but like the new Titans show, but not the new Titans show.
Yeah, the new running of the old Titans show. The old,
I'm guessing
the
the
old Titan show.
Teen Titans final season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they might do more.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, they also have Young Justice coming back. I mean, that might.
Mhm.
But that's two different squads.
Two very different ways. Of
And
doing
and
it,
like
two very
it's
different
more of a
styles it.
sandbox with like the regular like Puffy Amiyumi Teen Titans. It's much more of a sandbox whenever it comes to like
Yeah.
all like they do have other heroes that come in, but it's like in
Yeah.
a different way.
And
With
in-
with
in
Young
and
Justice, it's like just the whole spectrum.
there.
Justice League's there, everybody's there. You don't ever see the Justice League come in, or I don't even think Batman's mentioned in the regular Teen Titans.
Hmm?
Batman? I don't think Robin ever mentions him.
I don't remember ever being mentioned.
They don't even like. I
He
mean,
When I-
kinda
then
gets,
again, I haven't
like-
watched
I
it
think
since-
he
it's
does.
a
He
reference.
does. Yeah, he does
There's,
like
bats
references.
That, like,
think he's-
flitter by when he says
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
I think
something
he's
related
referenced
to
in
him.
a lot of ways, but like I don't think
He's never
there's any-
actually said.
yeah,
He's never
been,
actually like
Hey,
called out.
Batman's here.
Yeah, he never called out the
He's
B
never-
Man.
He's never in it, or Slade would have never been a fucking issue.
And like Black Canary is like the trainer of like all the Titans, and Red Tornado is their babysitter, and
Yeah,
I want
I would have liked Red Tornado to be in there.
Red
So I
Tornado
want-
is in there.
It's pretty well
In Young
Teen-
Justice.
No, in Teen Titans.
Oh, why?
Like, I don't know.
But I want brought back and integrated into fucking Teen Titans. Goddamn Static Shock.
That would be
Yeah.
dope.
He's in Young Justice.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Virgil Hawkins. He's in there.
What?
Yeah.
That would be dope to see in Teen
And his
Titans.
the story of him like getting his powers is really cool as well. Like there was like there was this drink that everybody like that came from another planet, and like whenever they would drink it, it's a reach. You know, you would reach for a reach and drink it,
Yeah.
and it would give them powers. And like all these different people were getting powers. Like the Ewok Chuck guy got powers, and Static Shock. That's how he got his powers.
Wait, what the what?
Ewok Chuck.
Ewok Chuck, the
Ene
giant
Chuck?
Ewok
Ene
Chuck.
Chuck.
Ene Chuck?
It's Ene
Is
Chuck.
it Ene Chuck?
It's Ene
It's the
What you're
giant.
describing is a
He's a
and/or
super-
technique employed by the Imperial Army. They're one weakness. You can just throw them.
Deploy the Ewok Chuck.
It says it's
I didn't understand what you meant for a second there. I was like,
you're referencing the
Ewok?
Apache from fucking Super Friends.
Yeah, the Apache.
Yeah.
That's his name. Yeah.
Apache Chief. Chuck.
But I mean, they
Chuck.
do his power in such a cool different way. Like his body, like he's the nougaty center to this giant like energy, like version of him.
It's a little Ewok just representing all of the rebels' might.
Ewok Chuck.
It's my bad. Man.
That's the only thing that was going through my head. I just didn't know how to say it right. Thank you.
I
I was trying to think of a good way to say it.
I feel like Ewok Chuck is from something though.
No, it's
No.
Ene Chuck.
Ewok Chuck. I can't believe it.
Now you
employed
would-
by the Empire.
Yeah, no, there's not
Like a
anything
trebuchet?
there's not anything that I can think of for Ewok Chuck was a thing.
Look
but
at
yeah,
Ewok
it's
Chuck.
Definitely Ene Chuck.
Hold on, put that down as a
And
title.
Ewok Chuck.
Ewok Chuck,
Yeah.
or maybe it's like it's an Ewok that is named Chuck.
Remember Good Luck Chuck? The...
Yeah.
Good Ewok
Oh,
Chuck.
this fucking Danny Cook.
Dang good.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Daniel Cook.
Daniel.
Daniel
I
Cook.
think it's Dane.
Danny.
It's
just
Danny
It's
Cook.
just Dane.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think his full name is Daniel.
No, it sure
It's
isn't.
just
John.
Dane. Danny Cook.
Good old Danny. Danny.
Danish Cook.
Danish cook.
I've done that. It's me.
Do they cook Danishes, or is he just a cook from
What I did or
I
what?
think he's a baker.
we're Danish people? Daneland.
The
Daneland.
Netherlands. The Netherlands.
That's what I said.
Holland.
I've heard it both ways.
Holland?
Holland.
Is it Denmark?
As
Denmark.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, they're Danish.
is
That-
Denmark Danish?
That makes
That
doesn't
makes
that-
sense.
Yeah.
What would people from Holland called?
Hollanders?
Yeah.
No. No, I don't
No,
know.
people from the Netherlands
Lens.
are. What are they?
They're not.
They're not Netherlanders.
Pretty sure they're
right?
Danish.
Yeah, they're Netherlanding all the time. Like,
Netherlanders? That sounds.
Isn't Denmarkian? Or
Denmarkian?
doesn't sound like a thing.
Okay,
Taxes?
Now that I
Didn't-
think about
didn't-
it. Danish.
Danish?
Danish
Daneland.
people. Where are they from?
they're
Daneland.
Good old Daneland.
It's just an amusement park completely based around Dane Cook.
That would be.
No, around Danishes,
Around Dane Cook.
Danishes and Dane
There's
Cook.
a stolen material water park.
It's really awful. It's a thing that you go in and get to punch every bee in the face.
I feel like Denmark is Danish.
Okay, that sounds right.
That does sound right.
But
Might
what
be.
are Netherland people?
Netherlandians.
I feel like maybe Hollanders.
Nether Atlanteans.
I'm a fucking idiot.
What was that?
Holland, the Netherlands.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, Dutch.
The
Dutch.
Dutch.
Dutch. The Dutch.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
So who's
Right, you're right.
Danish?
It's the
I was
Denmark.
right,
He's
Denmark.
right.
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay. The Dutch. Yeah, that makes sense.
The
I mean,
Dutch.
it doesn't, but it's just common knowledge that.
Well, I
the
mean, it
people
doesn't
from-
make
Okay.
sense that it's the Netherlands and then a part of it's called Holland, but in in the Netherlands, everyone from there calls it Holland as a whole.
Holland. Isn't that weird?
Yes, that's a fact.
That's fucking so confusing.
Yep. Welcome
Have-
to Europe.
Just have one name for your country.
There-
America, United
there-
States.
There are three terms we need to identify: Holland, the Netherlands, and Dutch.
You said we were way off the rails before.
In Old English, Dutch simply meant people or nation. This also explains why Germany is called Deutschland in German.
Deutschland.
Over time, English-speaking people use the word Dutch to describe people from both the Netherlands and Germany.
Okay.
Did you find Ewok Chuck?
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't.
Netherlands.
Did you
Doesn't.
look it up?
No, because it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
Oh, we're gonna see us Chewbacca chucking a fucking.
I feel like I would never
Ewok.
call a
Ewok.
German person Dutch. Who does that?
I mean, probably back.
And people name their kids Dutch.
You would
Yeah,
call
are
them
they all
German.
German?
No, they're all in action movies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no.
There's somebody named Dutch in an action movie. I feel it's. It's in.
Was he in an oven?
No, wait.
That wasn't a German joke.
Oh,
come on!
It's a video game.
do that.
You're on.
That was a
They open a gate in.
Holocaust fart joke.
Yeah.
I feel sick.
They open a gate to hell on
Wish I
Mars.
thought of it.
Help me. Open a
What?
gate. They open a gate to hell on Mars. They don't do it in the movie, but they do it in the game.
Stargate?
It's not Stargate. Yes.
Doom, yeah.
Dead Space.
Yeah, not Doom. Doom. There's a guy named Dutch.
Dune.
That's Matthew
No.
McConaughey.
Dune Mark.
The movie
Sarah.
Dune is my
What?
chocolatey drink.
Who's in Doom?
Sting.
Like the wrestler?
No.
No,
the musician.
Yeah, she
Do you know
is.
he's done a song with Robert Downey Jr.? They did like a Sting song together.
That would
Sting?
be
Okay.
dope.
What's
He's
the
a
song?
great singer.
It's called.
You sound like you're about to start a Dutch oven.
It's not coming to him.
It's not. It's not there. How did you know? Can you
Fuck
see
it.
what's in there?
Fucking Dutch people.
Oh my god. So many groans on this one.
Oh.
Too much in 2 minutes. Too much in 2 minutes.
This should be R-rated.
All right, what's next?
what's
Your
next?
sex tape.
Oh.
What's next
You
is
been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Sorry.
what next is before Aaron has another fucking aneurysm. We'll be right back with the first word. But I'm Team Iron Man.
Yeah, for sure.
I do love Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
And all this getting cut to say,
Not all. It shouldn't get cut.
I have to get moved.
We were just talking about Steven Septic and all that whatnot. That's all.
Part of the first word.
Yeah. That.
Sure is.
All right.
It sure
But
is.
on to the actual main event of the evening. Fucking banger after banger this season, man.
Yeah.
Like every week, I'm.
This is a cool fight scene. It's been a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
Ruby? Yeah.
But I mean, it hasn't been that long. I mean, of this kind of scale, I guess.
I feel
Yeah.
like the rest of what we've
I
been
mean,
seeing over the past
Episode
few
1, right?
episodes
Was the last fight scene, wasn't it?
Yeah.
less
So-
relevant.
Not counting the ones in the flashback.
Well, that and Cinder versus Neo.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like I said, more, but of like
Yeah.
a big epic fight of
Right,
like
yeah.
against
God.
Big Grim or something.
That was cool.
Didn't you guys ever think?
And then her
Yeah.
against 100.
Oh yeah. Did anyone ever think that like they would use the term Grim Reaper?
No.
I
but-
never fucking thought of that, and I
Right.
feel like an idiot about it.
Yeah, that was like
Occurred to me a lot.
I don't believe you.
I
She has a scythe, and
yeah.
Oh, I thought like Ruby.
She doesn't-
Really.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's
I
like
thought
one
that
just
she
like-
was going to be. Actually, I thought that she at some point was going to be Grim Reaper, or Crow had something from his past.
Bruh. Either y'all play Dark Souls 2.
That's the
no.
bad one.
Now what? You play as Death,
Or it's
the Grim
it's,
Reaper.
It's Dark Souls. I'm not really worried
Yeah,
about
you
it.
play as like.
Dude, no, that's Adult Legends of Zelda.
Bloodborne
That's not Adult Legends of Zelda.
doesn't matter.
Bloodborne is Dark Souls
Adults
like
matter.
that's Kroger brand
No,
Dark Souls.
Adult Legend of Zelda
Dark
Is-
Souls cool, but like
is
1
Dark
and 3
Side.
Well, the guy Death, he has the exact same weapons with skulls as Maria,
Okay.
is what I'm saying. And they based on man, he's got a mask on and all that little jazz.
Yeah.
Before we go too far into video games and off
No,
topic,
this has to
We're
do
not
with the
doing-
Maria.
What do you mean?
You listen.
How
to
does that? How does?
Because
Dark
it
Souls
looks
have
like
to-
that they used a lot of his character to base off of Maria. The weapons are the same. He has the mask just like she does. Well, not the exact same mask, but has a mask. And the coolest part about it is he has a pet. You know what that pet is? A crow.
Yeah, that's just like a Grim. That's all Grim Reaper stuff, though.
Yeah.
This is all under the umbrella of.
Mainly the
Grim
weapons
Reaper
thing.
mythos.
He has two sides that look the same with the skulls on
Right,
it too.
yeah.
That's fair. I feel you.
That's the main
But
thing.
These are like
I'm just gonna say,
candy
Adult
skulls,
Legend of
those
Zelda.
ones, though.
Adult Legend of Zelda is
These are like candy
Darksiders.
skulls, like Dia de los Muertos shit.
Yeah.
Darksiders is Adult Legend of Zelda.
It's the Adult Legends of Zelda, yeah.
Darksiders.
That's what I said.
No.
Was I saying Dark Souls?
Yeah.
I'm in Darksiders.
Okay.
I'm in
that's
fucking
right.
Darksiders. Oh my god, this whole
I
time.
was like, Dark Souls doesn't make any sense.
Darkside, yeah. Oh fuck, that's my
Anyway.
bad.
He plays the chosen undead in Dark Souls.
No, in Darksiders.
Fucking.
Darksiders 2. He's
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
He's got two. He's got
Right.
two.
So I
yeah.
can see
Yeah,
that.
but they're
I
like
can see
attached
the
by a
resemblance.
chain.
No, they're not.
Aren't they?
No,
They shouldn't be.
no, they're not. And either way, her
That would be
her
like
double
God
scythe
Warfare.
attached itself.
Right, but
He didn't know.
I mean,
They're not
I mean,
attached with a chain. I promise.
I didn't think that Death had that. No.
I was just looking at pictures of him and sending them out to people about it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But that would be. It is a. I feel like it's more weird coincidence than anything.
I mean,
Maybe I'm like conflating that with Kratos because those are kind of
'Cause I-
similar.
yeah. He's got the one little thing with
Because-
chains on there.
Because I feel like you're right, because everything, as you pointed out, is just typical death,
Yeah.
Death.
Grim Reaper
Like-
mythos.
Other
kind
than
of
the
thing.
weapons.
And the weapons is not. It's
Yeah.
just one of them,
Yeah.
because the Grim Reaper always has a scythe. It's just
Oh,
the
yeah.
fact that he's a dual wielder.
Right.
So that's the only thing that kind of has like a, oh, what if we gave her like two, like the dude from
And then Crow
Darksiders?
even says like, I base my weapon off of yours.
Yeah.
He only uses one, but and it
I
also
know.
turns into a fucking sword.
Like whenever I saw him with a crow on his shoulder, whenever I was looking up the game character, I was like, oh, I got so much hype on it, and it made me believe it just that much more, and I still,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Do
yeah.
you think he kind of
But-
has, or do you think Maria's semblance is like the magnetic thing?
No, I think that's dust.
Yeah.
That's a type of dust.
Oh.
There's
okay.
just like
Yeah.
gravity dust or something she's using.
Either way, fucking magnets,
She
man.
was. It was every
Cool.
time
How
she
do they
was
work?
doing
I don't want to talk to scientists.
And especially, how do they work that fucking well?
Does it sign season 3 come in
Dude, she
2019?
straight pulled the Nevermore all over the place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wrote it.
Fucking shit. Like, didn't just adjust a wing or something to make it happen either. Like, attached it to its neck and
Yeah.
pulled it down. Like, holy fuck.
I like how all of it withered away except for the head. The head just stayed.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. The head stayed as stone.
A good question that you might have seen that popped up
Oh, yeah.
on Ruby Root today that they didn't address was, so we've seen the Grim that are attacked by Silver Eyes. One of two things happens as far as we've seen. Either they turn to stone,
Mhm.
or they vaporize.
Yeah.
And is that an active thing? Like, I wonder.
I think it's how much force you put into, like they put into it, like
Right,
like how
because-
hard you silver eye them.
Because when Ruby turned Kevin to stone, she blacked out from it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would have probably taken a lot.
Especially from a first timer like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while we're on the topic of Silver Eyes, that's why the thing about Crow being her dad or something doesn't make any shit of sense to me. Because I mean, she came from a magical father of some sort.
No,
she
it's
came
some-
from Ty.
Well,
She
I
came
mean,
from that ball
well,
sack, man.
Summer
What was
had
the-
Silver Eyes.
Yeah.
That's where Ruby got her Silver Eyes.
Wait, Summer had Silver Eyes, but who was her father?
Summer's father?
I don't know. We don't go back that far.
That didn't happen.
We-
The universe started with
But that was
something.
we've talked about it before. The fact that the Silver Eyes that you see in the cutscene of the kids sitting around a table where Oz's
Yeah.
Yeah.
kids obviously had silver eyes.
Steve from Starbucks?
Austin from Starbucks.
I'll never get it right.
But
I'll
Oz,
say a different name every time we come on this episode.
Is
Oz.
it because of his
Oz's
his
kids
mustache? Is that...
Oz's kids
Oh
had
wait,
silver
no,
eyes.
Yeah.
He's just an average, like, guy working at a Starbucks. Now what? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. His kids had, or at least some of
One
them
of them had
So
silver
is he
eyes.
the origin of the Silver Eyes?
Presumably, yes.
We don't know for sure. It's not actually been, like, stated that he...
But it seems pretty obvious that that's probably what they're going for.
Well, maybe I was thinking more if it's just any magical entity, and also that the maidens who had
Did he
their
give it to
children
him, or did they
also.
jizz out magic?
What?
I mean, it's his offspring. So yes, I guess, but like, I mean that's
Like-
a little bit too basic to say.
No, like did he give what?
Like, okay, is it like, did he give them the silver eyes,
No.
like, whenever they were young? Or
No,
or did he jizz it out?
It's just like whenever he and Salem had kids and unexpectedly,
Yeah.
They could
They-
do
they-
the magic.
but because it's only Oz,
That's a
And a
recessive
human.
gene.
right? Because it's only Oz
Mhm.
and a normal human, it's a more limited form of magic like Silver Eyes, or my personal headcanon, maybe summoning. Like that could possibly explain why the Shnees have a
like a
have a
inbred
hereditary
siblings.
semblance.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a very magical kind of feeling semblance more than most.
Have we seen any other hereditary symbols?
The
Nope.
only we know of is the Shanice.
That's cool.
Speaking of semblances, though, fucking the crocodile.
Talk.
Huh?
Yeah.
Talk. Her name is Talk.
That's awesome.
That makes sense.
She's based off of fucking Captain Hook and the crocodile, just kind of like together.
Yep.
It's so cool. And like her semblance is like you have 60 seconds. She's invulnerable or invincible for 60 seconds because she took like a full-on blow from Maria's
I
scythe.
thought she was just ridiculously
No,
fast.
it's invulnerability.
Yeah. And like she took a full-on hit from Maria's scythe and it just went boing off into the distance.
I thought that was just more just her aura amping up, meaning that all of her traits were up because she immediately like is
I mean,
like,
it's that too. It's not just she's invulnerable. She's also like, I mean, it probably heightens everything. It's probably just like a
Arrow
60.
Man.
It's a 60-second steroid.
yeah, okay. But when you just call it
Alliteration.
invulnerability is
No,
what I was saying. Like, I
alliteration
don't think
is
that's
key.
the only part of it because she obviously was like kind of weakened and like
Yeah.
afterward because she probably wouldn't have died to that move if she had had the speed that she had during that 60 seconds.
Right.
She probably would have just like knocked it out of the way and sliced her head off for trying to kill her again.
Right.
Like,
Damn, in the face, Maria got it.
God,
Okay,
dude.
yeah.
dude.
There's been some rough moments
That,
in Ruby.
that
Like
scream.
that scream every fucking time. It just.
That bitch lost her eyes.
That is.
Her voice actor right there.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh,
she was
cool.
on Ruby Roo today. Melissa something. I can't think of her last
I
name.
wonder.
But
I
fucking.
wonder how many takes that took, or if she got it like in the first one.
Well, I think they sliced her eyes out. Just to get a real accurate.
Yep, that's what they
Sure.
did. You should have seen her on the Ruby Rewind today. Oh my God, like there's,
we can't now.
she's still got bandages.
And some people suffer for their art, and some people suffer for their art.
That's my favorite.
People suffer from
One of my
that.
favorite
Jesus.
quotes is Neil Lyons, who did
Yeah.
a lot of the music and stuff for Monty Python and
Also
stuff.
Dog Doodle Band.
Yeah. I suffered for my art. Now it's your turn.
That's nice. That's nice. Brings everything together.
Yeah, she didn't know in the script that she was gonna be that was gonna happen because she got the script and then they immediately went to go do it. She was just they were giving her direction and she was just sitting there like going through pages and then finally like one of them was just like, all right, now they're gonna cut out your eyes or well they're gonna cut your eyes. Yeah. And she's like,
no,
Like,
my eyes. I used to see with those.
yeah, she was just like, I completely didn't expect this to happen, but you know, like we just went for it, and it was like,
It's such a fucking visceral reaction, like.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get a scream right and not feel like, you know, oh my god, a spider or something, but like the pain and rage and all and the fear of like and the panic and everything that's in that scream is just so goddamn good.
It's perfect.
Really fucking perfect.
Wouldn't take any other word.
That was a pretty cool fatality too.
oh yeah,
Oh
like,
my God.
the button click, and yeah,
I did see it coming.
same here,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but
I actually didn't. Totally caught off guard.
dude,
No,
magnets.
that's-
as
be
soon
honest.
as she
Yeah.
threw it and she
Right.
missed, I was like, no,
I
she
didn't
got
think
this.
I didn't think that she was
Oh,
going
she
to be
pulls them
able
together.
to. I didn't think she was going to be able to get to the other scythe before she like
That's
destroyed
fair.
her weapon or something. I thought she was going to put her foot or something on the weapon and just like crush the dust that was inside.
And
That was my thought that was going to happen.
And I really, really love those clever kills like that.
Yeah.
Like the... Oh shit, my weapon's over there. I just press this button, it'll come back to me. I have to get through her first, and then I can chop her head off.
You know, yeah, you know she fucking decapitated the shit out of her too, even with the flash to black.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it was so good.
Mm.
And then I think the episode before that, and I know you guys have already talked about that. When she said I had silver eyes, I was like, oh, that makes sense because I had no thought about it.
Really?
About why she had goggles?
No thought about why she had goggles at all. I thought that she just was old. Because it kind of would make sense.
Yeah,
Maybe she.
you
Her eyes went out, so she just got
Yeah,
blue
that's
eyes.
those are glasses and remnant kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
fucking-
feel like those things are meant to look like they're older.
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't it be shit if you just like took them off and they're just like really weird sunglasses? She's like, oh yeah, no, I can see.
I don't think she could see.
I mean, those are probably built into her.
Yeah, I mean she can.
Oh no, she can actually see.
Yeah.
I meant like if she took the goggles off.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
no,
no,
I was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
was-
there's. What's up?
That
No,
was so great.
no, I totally expected like they're like they got taken out somehow.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't go with the whole
Yeah.
they wear out over time
Yeah.
kind of thing or
Yeah.
something.
Or shit. The goggles, they look like they're older, like they're an older brand of Atlas Tech or something of that
Right.
nature. They don't look as new and fresh and like
Sleek.
yeah, sleek like a
She
robot
doesn't
arm
seem
on
like
Yang.
a people person, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, she was a Grim Reaper. She walked around alone and killed a whole bunch of stuff, and
Yeah.
then she became a loner afterwards when she had
Myth,
failed and
legend.
lost her
Right.
sense of pride. And
Yeah. Definitely a lot of cons in the people person column.
we still don't know what her semblance is, though.
Yeah, that makes me really wonder, even if she would be able to utilize it at this point. What was her semblance and why it
She's
it
gonna
had
move
to
like
help
Yoda,
her.
dude.
Yeah. Huh?
She's gonna move like Yoda.
Yep.
Unless it's either that or they're not, or she's not gonna fight at all. We're never gonna see her fight. One of the two.
Maybe she just uses her.
You know, like we
Okay.
shouldn't have
Yeah.
ever seen Yoda fight, but
Well,
you know, whatever.
I want to know with the blade, her cane is like one of her old sides. I'm wanting to know if the actual blade
Right.
part or gun part is still in it, or if it's just like taken apart and
Right.
used as a cane.
Yeah.
Right.
I never thought of it.
Hmm.
I think about things.
Maybe it's got.
Maybe
Maybe it's at least still got the magnets.
maybe she's just like.
Oh yeah,
dedicated
no, the
herself
bottom of
to
the
using
magnet
dust.
part's still on there.
Maybe she just like dedicated herself to using the dust that she used to control her weapon.
Like Yoda.
Did you, moving on to the.
That's so cool.
Did you catch that Jean's name in Ruby's scroll?
Yeah.
Vomit boy.
Vomit Boy.
Oh.
Oh man, yeah.
Still. Still.
This
And the cool thing about that is Ruby's scroll from Beacon got destroyed. Like Ruby has a new scroll, and
she
so it's
put
not
it
that
back
in,
in
and
there.
it's Vomit Boy.
Not
That's-
like she had the SIM card or anything.
right.
yeah.
And the one thing that I was potentially worried about with this volume is if it would be another Journey volume, because I love those, but like I don't want to wait until next year to get to Atlas.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we're actually getting to Argus now, and hopefully we still have like another. We're just now halfway through the volume.
Right.
We still have another 7 episodes to go. So hopefully we can actually kind of get things moving. Where next season is a very like fast-paced kind of wrapping up a lot of storylines and stuff kind of season.
They're probably gonna try to make you like. They want to attach you to Argus most likely, because some bad's gonna happen to it.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, they're gonna give you time. They're giving you
It's
extra side characters to get some little love with.
It's the most fucking.
People are talking about that
I
baby's
want
gonna
to
die.
get something big wrapped up in this season. Something
No,
big
Jean.
and good wrapped up in this season.
No, the baby.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to end on a complete fucking cliffhanger.
Right.
Like,
It's yeah.
it's
we-
okay when they do that, but god damn it, if you're not gonna put it out for another fucking year, like, oh my god, please stop, please don't do that. Like, give me something.
Some kind of closure.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's like I feel that.
Even if it's just a like emotional closure on something or
Mhm.
Yeah.
family or whatever. Especially with some of like Oz's shit.
Yeah.
Like that stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there that I feel like should be wrapped up in this season,
Mhm.
since it was introduced in this season as such a
Mhm.
heavy part of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
of a spoiler and everything, or not a spoiler, but
Yeah,
I don't know if he's gonna come back
Yeah.
this season. I don't think he's gonna come
He's
back
gonna
this
come
season.
back this season. I really feel like Oz will come back this
What's the
season.
end game for Oz?
He's questioning that himself.
To
right
figure
now.
out that killing Salem isn't the answer, and there's probably another way around it.
We can fall back in love.
Mm.
Love trumps everything.
Do you think that he'll be fully absorbed in this season?
No.
No, I think
Okay.
he's still. I think he's still got. Like,
Oh.
I think he could completely
I don't-
absorb
we have
Oscar if he
no-
wanted
I
to.
don't.
We
I
have
don't
no-
think that it really works like that.
Well, he wears out he wears out his aura by using him like that.
Who?
Oz, it wears out Oscar's aura by using him like
Well,
that.
yeah, but then he's going to keep toning him up and getting him in shape, and
Yeah.
once he has a good one, it's all him.
But he constantly reduces his aura while he's overtaking him because Oscar's body can't take it right now.
What?
Isn't
Well,
that
yeah,
what we've seen?
That's what I'm talking about, toning him up, getting him in shape. Fucking workout montage.
I understand that,
Is
but
it
if
Attack
he's
on
not,
Titan?
Yeah, exactly. I don't get where you're getting that from.
it shows every time. Even if he isn't fighting, he's like got it.
Yeah, his body. It's like
He's,
fucking.
no,
he
it-
looks
it's just-
heavier afterward.
He doesn't get tired though.
No, and to me it just looks like.
An old man is now in that body.
Well, no, it just like Oscar
Okay.
is being like he's just kind of taken aback, like he kind of gets just he's not aware of like
Oh, yeah.
what like position his body's in or something, like whenever he's on the chair or something and falls over, he's not like mentally prepared to be like in that
Yeah.
fucking stance or something. So anytime like he snaps back, it just feels like
I just felt like that was more.
he's just
him
kind of
not having
waking
the
up
balance.
in that. He's kind of just waking up in that position, kind of thing.
I feel like even if like
But it's
every
never
time
felt
that
to
I've
me
seen
like
that,
attacks.
okay, when I've seen it, it's felt like his body has gotten heavier afterward, and he's gotten like.
It is true that his body can't take like as much of a workout.
Right.
Yeah,
like they
sure.
show that in like the little training episode.
Yeah.
And that part
That's
makes
for sure.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what tires him out is like doing stuff like that. Just I don't feel like the other way.
Oh shit! But when
Either way,
he's
you still
standing up
gotta
on the
tone him
couch,
up.
he did just do a big old flip and all that kind of shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. So yeah, you're probably right on that.
Yeah, like what? Ozpin's a douchebag.
I think even if it's not even if it's not physically draining him, he does it really not take any of his aura to bring out
I don't know why
Oz.
He's like a tool.
it would.
I think if
Then why not just take him over and do whatever he wants?
Because that's not. I mean, that came up in the
If he's already
in the flashback episode that Ozma learned over time that because the first time he came back he did that. If you notice, the first time he came back there was no dichotomy. He was pure Ozma again in a new body, but he learned over time to share with the bodies that he inhabited and to share their lives with them. And I don't think that it's a like it's an absorption or even a merger type of thing, but it's just
an addition.
well, it's like if you pour 2 glasses of water into the same bowl. I think that it's more subtle like that. That just slowly over time the lines just become blurred. And a conversation I had in the subreddit today, I think it was on the episode discussion or the rewind discussion or something, but whenever Oz says, when he first takes over Ozpin, and he's talking about like how he was cursed because he failed to stop Salem in the past, I wonder if that's entirely talking about the initial failure, or if he's actually talking about Ozpin's particular failure to stop Salem, because every time he comes back, it's like the curse is renewed. You know, each incarnation that fails to stop Salem has their own part to play in the curse that's passed on. You can't just blame it all on the original one and his decisions and everything. Like each one that fails in their mission means that someone else has to carry this burden forward.
Because I guess with it being the actual like curse of being Oz in the first place, and that makes sense. And what do you think about is it still his psyche from a while ago and he's just learned and he's the only thing that moves on when they die, or do you think that their soul also as a merged thing moves on to the next?
No, I think that it's a merged thing.
Because we still see Ozpin as he acted.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
Because Ozpin as we knew him was both that person and the Ozma collective as one whole thing, and that's what passed on to Oscar.
Why didn't they just make him immortal, too?
Hmm?
Ozpin. Why didn't they just make him immortal?
So that he can live and learn through other people, probably.
Yeah, that.
figure out his mistake through living lives that are different from his.
And
he needs to make all the people like-minded. So
He would
and
lose his humanity almost completely probably if he were just immortal. Eventually, it would not matter that he
and
was human.
the
or not.
gods seem to very much view
At least that's how I feel.
immortality, at least to mortals, as a curse and something they're not worthy of, or whatever. Like he was trying to use Ozma for a valuable purpose. Like it wasn't meant to be. I don't really think it was really meant to be a curse, kind of thing.
It's just like a demanding charge.
Yeah. In the same way that Salem was cursed.
I mean, he wasn't given like an ultimatum or anything. He was offered it.
Yeah.
He made the choice.
Yeah.
Right.
And the only reason why he went back was because he wanted to get some.
Oh yeah.
When he was given the option of like saving humanity, he's like, yeah, I mean that's cool, but I'd rather just like go to heaven and bang. Like, yeah, your wife's not in heaven. Like, oh, what? Like, yeah, she's still alive. Oh no way. So what are you saying about going back to fucking Earth?
Could have found another bitch in heaven. Like, that would have been totally cool. But no, you gotta go back and get
That's
that
it.
one.
But before we finally make it to Argus, I guess we should talk about Neo and Cinder.
About their variants.
That was just
About how tiny little old Neo is.
Right?
Oh my God, she's such a little petite thing. Or fucking Cinder's an Amazon. That's what I said before.
So
Cinder is kind of tall.
She is a biggin.
I
She
think
trees.
I think they'll probably be our final fight for this season. Because I don't mean I don't
Neo?
yeah, because they're after Ruby and
Oh
and
God,
them.
that's gonna be two
But what would
teams
even make
against
that-
them.
Hmm?
That's gonna be Junior.
Oh, against both of them at the same time. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about
No,
Cinder and Neo
no,
fighting.
No,
team
no.
fight, baby, team
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause we're
No,
gonna-
that would make sense.
I mean, they know where they're at. They're on their way there.
Mhm.
They shook hands. Neo's tiny.
Which speaking of this, do they not have anybody technologically applicable and like in the whole Salem thing? Because everyone's got scrolls on them. Could you not
You know-
hack and find where the fuck they are?
Watts could definitely do that.
Why hasn't that happened?
Yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
we
Figure
just
out where
mentioned
they
he has
figure out
a-
where who are.
Ruby has her scroll on her.
Yeah,
So
but they
why
already know
wouldn't
where
they-
she is. And Cinder's not in the wait.
No, we're talking about with like
Yeah.
Salem's.
No,
Why
my
wouldn't
brain
they-
caught up. My bad.
Why wouldn't they be able to just find them through technological ways if we're in such a tech heavy place?
Do they not already know where they are?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they know.
I don't think. And even with that, why wouldn't Cinder just go and find somebody who knows exactly where she is?
Well,
to go
she's
and
in
find her
like
and kill
exile
her?
right now. Like she got a deception.
Yeah, but you don't think through her connections she went and found him anyway.
Yeah.
But is that how they found Ruby? Like that.
Because she said a big guy has been there, was already there, and that asked Spider Lady, Madam
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But
Asked
is
it-
that how they found her, or was it like her?
That's how they figured out where she's going and where she is now.
So do you
Yeah.
think that they just like scanned and like found her scroll and like that's
Maybe.
what I'm saying? It's like,
Could have
we don't
done
know,
that.
I
They
guess.
could have spider people all over the globe.
I just haven't seen any kind of like hacking kind of thing in this yet.
Right.
I don't think.
I mean, other than like the first like volume 2 and 3 and stuff.
or any kind of like techromancy, kind of technomancy.
I mean
yeah.
the weapons that they make
Technomancy.
are pretty.
Yeah, but I mean like as a semblance, like being able to like
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
and like fuck with computers and shit.
I'm in the
That would
mainframe.
be pretty dope.
Yeah.
What's with hackers and mainframes?
You won't like. It's the best frame. It's the main one.
It's the best one. It's the
You
one.
can. You want like the fucking like supporting frame?
I mean, it seems like
No,
the
you want the
most-
main one.
It's the most obvious frame. To
That one's the
come
one that's
through.
gonna win like an award or something.
Why not hack the side frame?
The back frame.
The back frame.
So, but that fight. How do you even kill Neo?
Neo?
She just shatters every fucking time.
No,
they
that's
land.
her semblance. She's like she has a misdirection thing that's like
She creates glass illusions.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess I really didn't really connect because it seems like she just shatters and reappears as she wants to,
No.
but it didn't feel like it was an illusion.
Then she can change her eye and hair color.
Well, I mean,
Neat.
Yeah.
but isn't. I mean, that would be just part of an illusionary thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. But like, anytime that anybody's landed like a really solid hit on her that would have killed her, she is just.
I don't think anyone's landed a solid hit on her.
Oh no, they haven't.
No one's landed a solid hit on her.
Yeah.
Yang got her ass handed to her by Neo.
It would take a whole fucking team to take out Neo. It definitely would. Like, she is super fucking strong.
So far, it's taken on an entire team to take out any of them.
Yeah.
Besides
She
Tyrion.
held up with Cinder. You know, it's been
Oh.
significant.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of was doing really well.
And then it wasn't until Cinder was just like, okay, bitch.
Yeah, I have maiden powers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hello.
You brought this out of me. But yeah, I mean, shit.
Like, I could just fucking demolish you. I don't want to, though.
I don't know. I still think Neo could take her.
And as I hoped, Cinder is directly going against Salem. I wonder why Salem wants Ruby alive.
Silver Eyes.
Yeah, but why would she want a silver-eyed warrior alive?
Maybe she wants to see if she can grim her.
Grimmer,
Ooh.
Grimmer.
See what that would do.
the older brother of Grimace.
But I can't imagine her never having the the ability to do that in the past, or maybe she has.
Maybe she knows something about Ruby that she can use against her.
Who, Salem?
Yeah.
Like Summer being alive.
Possibly.
I keep bringing it up. It's the reason I did it. Said it like
We
that.
haven't
I don't think
seen.
Summer's alive.
we haven't-
Summer's totally alive.
we
There's
haven't
no reason to
seen her.
believe that.
There's no reason not to believe it.
No, there
there's
actually is.
totally.
Because they say she's dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of liars. Like
They're-
the
This
people-
is not Marvel.
I know.
Right.
Well, no, I'm saying that in a different way. We sometimes we don't know what's happening, and then sometimes we think that something is one way, and then it is absolutely not.
Yeah.
So Summer being alive, since we haven't seen a cinematic of her fucking dying.
Everything.
Up in the air,
Everything we've been led to believe confirms her being dead. So until we have anything.
Everything we've been led to believe.
Oh yeah,
that
she's
Salem,
dead until then.
Everything
Yeah.
that we were led to believe was that Salem could be killed.
No, it wasn't. We were
Why?
never because that never came up. When was that ever a
Because
thing?
they were like, we're gonna kill her doing this thing.
And like, yeah, that'll definitely work.
Yeah.
We were led to
Yeah.
believe that
Don't
Salem,
question it.
We were led to believe that
That
Salem
works the same
could
way
be
with the
stopped.
death
We were
thing.
led to believe that Salem could be stopped by
some means.
By
We
some
assume.
means.
We
In
assume.
some-
And Salem can
but that
be.
was Ozpin lying. And
Right. Well, she can be stopped.
Yeah.
didn't she straight say no?
You can't
That-
kill her.
Yeah, you can't kill her.
Did they say no? You can't kill her.
No.
Or did they say, no, she can't be stopped.
She
She
can't be destroyed.
Yeah, she cannot be destroyed.
Mm.
He asked, "How can I destroy Salem?" She says, "You can't."
Mm.
Yeah, they gave it and that's a very finite sounding thing.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, she's dead. This character we've never seen before.
No, that's a lot more. That's a lot more finite. Yeah.
Yeah. She's still alive though.
Still, I'm kind of I'm in Aaron's corner on this one. Absolutely.
Woo! I want to make a fucking sitcom.
Aaron's corner.
corner.
Depressing.
Yeah.
Here it is.
He puts his nose into the corner, not away.
This is why Ruby does it, science.
What? What?
Because your lack of skepticism over here.
What are you talking about?
Because there's no reason to believe it. Like what? Why? What is your reason other than wanting Summer to be alive? What? Gross.
I haven't seen her die.
Summer, much like my phone, is dead.
But she
yeah,
was dead.
but
she was dead
later
before-
on, whenever there's a bit more story put into her, or a charger put into that, and you get a little hype on it, she is gonna come back.
But she was
just like your phone.
dead years before the show started. You're not going to see her die until
This
we
phone
see
didn't
a
even
flashback
exist
of it.
years before it
That's
was
what I'm saying.
existing.
It's like until I see that flashback of her actually dying. Why do we have any real reason?
Oh,
to
yeah,
believe
no,
that?
'cause
we
you
have
know-
no evidence that she is dead, other than people saying, "Oh, she's
Her
dead."
grave.
That doesn't
Her-
mean graves mean nothing. Sarah
Whoa.
Connor's grave was just filled with guns.
What about the policeman that died during 9/11? Do
Fuck.
their graves mean nothing, Aaron?
And a 9/11 joke. And a 9/11 joke. A lot of bad ones. A lot of bad ones today.
Bad.
That one's like.
It's,
I don't know if that's a 9/11 joke.
Never forget.
it's more about the cops.
It's more about the. Well, I'm not
Same.
explaining this.
All right. No, shit, God.
All right, before we get off on 9/11.
man,
Man,
it's
can
like,
we do it together?
it's like we were in this building and everything was going great, and then all of a sudden,
Oh my god. Go,
everything just
go.
fell apart.
Say
I
something.
made a good coming joke, and you get.
Jesus.
No, you set it up. I knocked it down.
I wasn't, and I wasn't gonna help it, or that one. Go.
Did you, did you actually pay close attention to? There were two things that I was paying close attention to in this episode.
With the planes, you mean?
There were two. Well, there was a third one, the Pentagon, but that was fake. But fuck,
It was, but you.
fucking the movie theater. There was a movie theater in this episode whenever they were doing like the show off of Argus and the giant expedition multi-log. It's monologue. Would you call it stereolog? Never mind. Okay.
What did you say? Expedition multi-log.
Exposition. Exposition multi-log.
Dialogue?
Dialogue.
But
Yeah. Okay.
you're talking about the
Stereolog.
But what is a monologue when it's two people?
Dialogue.
Is
Biologue.
Is it-
What's a dialogue?
Okay, but the movie theater. All right, so
Come back, Nolly.
guys, you sit down. We're having a stereolog, and you need to sit here and talk with me.
No, this needs to be a Uno log.
Can we make it surround the log with the four of us?
Okay, but there's a movie theater, and
Bullshit.
I'm trying to remember the names of the movies. One of them is like kind of hidden by some trees, but there's some robots that you see in there. It's supposed to be like a throw to gin lock.
Okay.
There's another one. It's something in Mistral. It's time in Mistral, like THYME in Mistral, which it's like some sort of like weird romance movie. And then there's another one that's like this underwater like
Tryst in the Mist.
yeah, Tryst in the Mist. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, like for Mistral. Oh yeah, man, that's such a good name. Such a good name. There's another one.
Tryst in the Mist.
Yeah, it's like a weird romance movie.
That makes sense.
But there's just one where they're like it's like underwater and it says something of the deep or something in the deep.
Something in the deep.
I can't remember. There's something is not the actual title.
That's not that bad though.
That's
not
really
like
not,
a
yeah.
Classic
I'm-
horror film.
Yeah.
Something in the deep.
Yeah.
What is this?
There's something
Okay,
down
but
there.
yeah, like what is it supposed to be? I want to know if it's like something else that they're working on. Like what's the deal? There's also a Fall of Beacon documentary movie that's on there too, and that's something I was talking to you about that I really want to see. Would be like them actually doing like this little like side thing of showing like a documentary of the Fall of Beacon, going in and seeing everybody like the aftermath.
Which how do the movies go in Remnant? And are they like that like 50s announcer type kind of thing? Like
Get out there and kill those grand boys.
They're all fucking propaganda films.
No, I don't think they do that. No, see, I was hoping like there's a newscaster lady. I can't remember her name. What's her name? Purple haired.
Fucking Lisa Lavender.
Cat Grant. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa
Yeah,
Lavender.
Grim and Twan is coming out the wazoo.
Don't forget your dust out there, hunters and huntresses.
I want this now.
This episode brought to you by the Schnee Dust Company.
That sounds perfect. Of the whole blending of like
That is actually
blending of like national.
We should-
not national.
can we do that?
Different.
Oh yeah, we
videos.
can totally do that. They make fan videos and like try to tie it into Ruby all the time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be neat.
Be neat.
It would be neat.
That
Another
would be
thing.
neat.
Second picture, the second little spot that's in this episode is Jean's family picture of him and all of his siblings.
Sisters.
Yeah, sisters.
Yeah.
One of them is like on the couch, like with their with their leg on the arm of the couch, and they're doing this, and they're wearing the exact same clothes as David in Camp, which is also voiced by
By
Miles
Luna.
Luna.
Yeah, Miles.
It's one of my favorite chibi bits.
Whenever he
Sean
sings.
singing. That's not everybody.
Oh yeah, no, I thought that was a cool thing.
There's a lot of little
Oh.
Easter eggs.
Yeah,
Have
and
we
then,
gotten a lot of those other than?
Oh, especially in the earlier volumes. Like we're just now getting back into more of a lighthearted tone.
Yeah.
At least when the action's not going down and everything. So we're kind of getting that back more again. But in the
During
early
that, 'cause we're gonna
volumes,
lose a lot.
But fucking the early volumes, let's see, there's the achievement poster in their room, there's Bernie and Joel and their cop characters.
Yeah, from the shorts.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Wise
was
guy.
that was such a fucking great scene of like as soon as I saw him I was like,
Yeah.
is that it's both. God damn it. That's a reprise that I would like to see.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Oh man, dude,
RT
I just
shorts.
wish they came out with more RT shirts in general. I miss the days whenever they were coming out a lot more.
Yeah, same.
For sure.
That DVD's like, oh man, that DVD that had the RT animated adventures like greatest, and then whatever the other one, RT shorts,
Yeah.
greatest like videos. It's really cool, and the actual like DVD, you can just watch the videos like standalone, or they made this like weird mockumentary thing with it, like they tied in this like weird story and then like added
I
the
haven't
videos
seen that
into
at
it.
all.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'll have to look at that at some point.
Yet again, another solid 5 out of 5. Crisp high fives.
Or one big good one.
How do you take a high five away from someone?
Shut up! Don't do something like that.
Just like, get away from their hand.
Jellyfishing. You take it away from you when you do that, right?
I mean, you can do this and make
Turkey.
it turkey.
Yeah.
Or you could do
Snail.
A snail.
it's not a snail for a high five. It's a fist bump that makes a snail because it's a shell.
No, it's like
Shells don't
it's
look
like
like this,
It's like
Nolan.
a snail that's been stepped on.
That would be like this, like
No,
Because it would be
the
flat.
shell's broken.
yeah,
They
but
stepped on the shell.
why do shells like do this? Broken. And who gives a high five like this, Nolan?
What?
High five.
No, but like it would
I
happen.
thought you were gonna high five me.
No. You have a broken snail in your hands before
Come on.
long.
If I say, man, all right, never mind.
Say
Fine.
something that I agree with high five with, then yeah, sure.
You want a high five?
No, that didn't make me agree.
That's a question.
It's
Yes.
Yeah.
I took care of it.
another thing in this episode. Is whenever they're talking to, they're all sitting together and Terracotta, the wife of Jean's sister.
Saffron.
Yes. Whenever she gets a phone call and they're sitting there talking about how she's getting blamed for the radar for Argus, like what they use to spot bad guys and stuff, has been going on the fritz and she's falsely getting blamed for it.
What if it's not falsely? All lesbians are
Whoa!
evil.
I didn't even think of
What?
I didn't think about her doing it on purpose. Actually,
I didn't think about that either.
I was thinking like
Oh, it just
someone
occurred
else
to me.
outside the walls are like jamming it.
But maybe she's on Salem's side, and she's fucking with it. And
Maybe,
also
or I
is
think
going
maybe
to
there's
rat
some
out-
sort of inner like something going on. I don't know
Yeah.
if it has as much. It would have as much to do with Salem.
Is she a man?
I mean that
How did
baby.
they have that child?
That baby does look a lot like Terracotta. She does.
Yeah,
Got the eyes. Yeah.
How else would they have gotten that child if she's not a man?
Artificial insemination.
We don't know how genders work in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simianation.
That's what I said.
Or official.
Or official simianation.
Simian. Terracotta.
But yeah, I feel like there's
She
something
might be a
going on
spy.
with that.
Her name is like a terracotta soldier, like the Chinese emperor had buried with him.
Actually, it makes sense, I guess.
Isn't that a fucking crazy thing?
Terracotta?
No, there's all
Terracotta
those
soldiers, all those terracotta soldiers that were found like way deep undersea. That just like there's no how did all of that happen?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
There are like so many of them.
Yeah, there's just statues underneath the water. Like it's not hundreds of feet, but it's a long way down.
Medusa.
Underwater though.
Doesn't mean it was underwater then.
That's fair, but it's still a long way down for global warming.
So is Atlantis. It's so far down we still haven't even found it.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
Sure, Aaron.
But yeah, no, terracotta. She could be like a.
Double agent.
Yeah.
Well, she works at a military place with a giant radar dish that keeps this place safe. Got to be kind of military involved, I believe.
I believe.
Oh,
And they just said
speaking-
that Atlas and Mistral are having issues with one another.
Yeah.
So,
There's some fist in the mist.
yeah.
Speaking of which, into the end next.
Pissed in the mist.
You should watch the preview for next week because it's really good. But they get into the base, and the guards go to retrieve the commanding officer, who is a woman.
We believe.
It is Winter Schnee.
Wow.
Wow.
So that would be why she was called back.
Yeah. And the reason, the way that they got in there, because the way the last episode ended was it closing. The two guards are like, no, you cannot come in.
And then Winter.
Oh no! And then they're like, well, we're trying to return the heiress to the Schnee Dust Company, and they're like, they inspect her, and and
It's a really good preview.
They inspect her.
It's cool. She's 19 now. It's okay.
That's fair.
is she? Hot damn! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
What's her birthday?
The only one we know for sure is Ruby's.
Ruby's. Yeah, it's Halloween.
Neat.
Yeah, I feel like Weiss's is like Christmas.
Christmas.
Blake's, what would Blake's be?
Arbor Day? I don't know.
Sure. Labor Day.
Labor Day. Definitely Labor Day.
Fucking commie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking commie.
Then
Funnest commies!
Yang's gotta be like the 4th of July.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
shoot firework.
Mm-hmm.
And
St. Patrick's Day.
I've been wondering why my belly's been warm this whole time, and I still have hot hands in my pocket. I was like,
Speaking of holidays,
Yeah.
we've covered Ruby. Let's go on over to the wonderful Camp Campbell.
Yes.
did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dewey,
Yeah. You can't say that. Don't do that.
I can't.
No.
Jewish.
Hey, wait, the entire episode was about it being.
Yeah, but it's
It
not.
was a little Jewish.
It was Jewish, but it wasn't
Jewy.
Jewy. Jewy is a negative thing.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't mean it as a negative thing.
Well, that's
That
kind
doesn't
of
matter.
It's a pejorative term.
Yeah.
It's like if you say Jew too aggressively.
Yeah.
Then it's
Yeah.
weird again, even though that's like the normal word.
Like how?
If you say it in the way of you're
That
saying
doesn't get you.
you're being a Jew,
Wow,
that would be.
that's
I can
bad.
say
Why
it.
are you saying that?
Yeah. And then if you say, oh well, you're a Jew, so and you ask a question about the Hebrew religion, that
Right.
would be a way that you can say you're a Jew. Anyway, yes, it's a very Hebrew episode.
Isn't Hebrew secular? Isn't
Yes.
Jew the okay? So it'd be a very Jewish episode.
I know, but
was
it
a
was
very
also
Jewish episode. Neil.
We need to get on.
Neil was finally interesting, and he just fucking
Neil's
ran
been
with
interesting
it.
before.
I know, but not to.
not
As-
to them.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
not as like a.
cool kid.
Yeah.
Not as an Aaron.
Yeah.
Was it?
That-
Yeah.
Anti,
Yeah, the chick.
Anti-Aaron?
Not me. Not me. The chick.
Oh,
Is that
The
how you
cool
say it?
chick.
Is that how you- Yeah.
Arid.
Arid.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's so similar. It's just one little bit that's different.
Is your name Meredith?
Arid.
Her name is Meredith. She goes by Arid.
God, she's so cool.
Super dope. But that was really good. I think
It's actually Aaronith.
I think my favorite fucking part is when was it Klaus? Not Klaus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is Klaus.
the German kid.
He comes up.
Dolph?
Dolph.
Yeah.
Who's
When
Klaus?
Dolph-
I don't know.
Yeah, that's from.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, isn't it?
It's
No.
Klaus?
Klaus?
There's a Klaus in Foster's Home
Is
for
there?
Imaginary Friends.
Who's
Yeah.
Klaus?
I can't remember.
What did you say he's from?
Klaus.
Who's Klaus from?
Fuck, we're on this Klaus tangent. It's like saying
Anyway,
Klaus,
when
I don't know.
Dolph
Lundgren.
came up and he was like, "You're interested in the
Remind
Hebrew
me of the
religion?"
Jewish culture. I
Good.
like it.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, everybody's sigh of relief for that was just so
Child
fucking
Hitler.
great.
Child Hitler, probably.
Man,
Nanny Smother.
It was hilarious.
fucking, what's his name? It's Blaine's character.
Oh,
The bully.
Nerf.
Holy
Nerf.
shit! And it does this. Holy shit! Oh yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah.
And was there any other character development other than Max and
Fucking
There's, like,
the
Gwen,
quartermaster
yeah.
and Gwen. Whenever
Kind
they
of bonding.
what
yeah.
is the name of that stuff? It's not spam.
Sham.
Sham. Yeah.
when they went to the soiree and everything.
Rotten. It's probably rotten. Definitely rotten.
Oh,
But-
fucking G.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. O-M fucking G-U-C's.
Of course, you see general and like secular holiday stuff, like the Santa Claus and all that stuff all the time. Of course, the Jesus thing, and seems some like
There's a like Jesus holiday.
some
Christmas.
Crazy.
right? Jesus Chris. There was like a Kwanzaa episode of Power Rangers back in the day. But I've
Seriously?
yeah. I can't remember if it was just Kwanzaa or if it was just like a general
Yeah.
thing, but because there was obviously a black Power Ranger, they did Kwanzaa too in the episode. But at least I was like acknowledged. But I've never seen like the Hanukkah story really done in a modern kind of thing and like actually be acknowledged. So that was
Right.
Hey Arnold.
okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But even that's that's fucking as old as fucking Power Rangers as that fucking
Yeah.
Power Rangers episode is.
So like I guess like modern. I can't really think
It's
of
weird.
much because I can't really think of any.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Family Guy. The thing I meant.
Yeah.
That's Family Guy.
Right, but like to kind of acknowledge it is like no, this is a cool like
Yeah.
cultural
Yeah.
tradition in its own right, and not just to pastiche it or whatever. And
And make it out to be kind of a funny thing as well.
Right.
Yeah.
but actually like show it some respect
Yeah.
and treat it on the same level as Christmas and stuff. That's cool. Like that was super dope.
And the fact of putting Max in a position to be like, yo, you don't have to be ashamed of like what your actual traditions are like here. Like,
Yeah.
This is fucking dope. Like,
That's some development we got in this episode.
yeah.
Max
Yeah.
being fucking.
And that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
See,
Did
I
we
was
get
surprised by
anything?
that.
Did we get anything other than Max? Is what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Other than Max
Yeah.
and him.
I feel like it's like a continuation of like in the last episode of this past season, like whenever he's like, yeah, no, I want to go back to fucking camp. Like he's like on board with being there, and like you're actually getting more of an empathetic bit out of him now. It's like continuing. His
He's
character
like-
his character hasn't changed since then.
As a scam aficionado, like you can't do that. You can't spread it too thin, or people start poking holes. Like that
Yeah.
was just like, okay, you're really trying to level with this kid.
Yeah. Neil usually, I feel like, is willing to take advice as long as it, isn't about not being a
It's-
nervous wreck.
Yeah.
It's until something like whenever he gets confidence in something, it's until it goes
Yeah,
wrong.
right.
Like not whenever he's making Neil bucks, but whenever he started what is it? He like gave everybody these
Oh,
these
the fucking Neil
calculators.
bots?
Yeah, the Neil bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he did that, he didn't want to go back, and then things just started going bad, and he was like, I'm fucking out. Man, fucking what's her name? Scout? Not Scout.
Nikki.
Nikki.
Scout is from
No,
Nomad.
They're voiced by the same character,
Oh.
and they
voiced by the same actor.
Yeah.
Different characters.
Different character. I got what you meant.
Yeah,
You Ross
I
Ross
figured
stuff.
everybody got what I mean. All right. No, her line she was like, "Do you want me to be like? Was it fight Max?
Beat him up.
Yeah, I'm small and I'm feisty.
Yeah.
I can communicate with animals.
She can communicate with animals. Yeah, she's got weird she has superpowers.
Still my favorite character in like anything RT ever. I love Nikki.
Oh yeah, but she she has superpowers. I know it for a fact, and she also has a weakness, and it's not being in the woods. That's why she has to take dirt with her to breathe it.
Mm-hmm.
She has a weakness. She has superpowers.
That's cool.
I just hope that that ends up coming to light. Maybe they all have superpowers.
I don't know. That would be weird.
That would be odd.
Maybe Space Kid.
Maybe a superpower episode
I feel
where like they're playing
Nereus
imaginative
oh
kind
well,
of stuff.
the magician has powers too,
Oh,
because
Harrison.
Harrison, yeah.
His parents are afraid of him and shit.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he
because
literally-
he actually made his brother disappear.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. His parents are afraid of him and shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
On how on
Actually
one of the
does things.
on one of the Christmas episodes, he fucking brings a snowman to life by putting his hat on it.
Nondescript holiday episode.
What?
nondescript holiday episode. Is
Yeah.
what it said.
But like he puts the hat on him and fucking he starts like he comes to life and he's just like, oh my god, like he starts freaking out, like wanting him to kill him.
That's my favorite fucking joke.
Oh
of
my
the whole
god,
episode.
it's so good. And then like the moment that like the hat comes off of him and he's just like Harrison's just like laying there on the ground, just like heavily breathing, and then you see them walk past like nothing happened.
Existential Crisis Snowman is my favorite
Yeah.
character in Camp.
Happy bro! Oh my god! That would be the best way to go back and do the actual.
Yeah,
Kind of
Frosty.
like if you did a whole Frosty where it's just him like confronting children about his existence.
Yeah.
Or
It's like
running his own
Yeah.
existence.
does he have the inability to take off the hat at that point? Like he's like maybe like begging people like please take this off of me.
So now
Frosty
you
the
have-
Snowman in late stage capitalism.
Now you have to he has to go and get people to try, and everybody wants him to do something.
The
Like,
great
whatever.
tragedy at the end is he takes the hat off and he gets it off and he's still alive. He's just
Oh,
like staring
God.
at the sun trying to
Just
melt.
Dude, that's a good movie.
I'm glad this is recorded so we remember it.
We just have to mail this tape to ourselves.
You did click record, right?
Yeah, it's red.
Is it?
You not
It's red.
see
It's
that?
I
red
see
on the
it.
side too.
Just making sure.
I've been peeking back at it.
Yeah, I always peek at it. I
Um,
wink at it from time to time.
I mean, but it's one episode and it was
Don't do
very
that.
standalone, so I think we've covered
Which one?
Camp
Oh yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Death Battle.
Oh yeah!
Which one?
Thanos versus Dirkser.
Honestly,
Now you've watched both of the videos today.
Yeah.
Have you watched them both?
Oh no.
It
Well,
really-
I watched them both, but not today.
it really
Watched them
seems
when they
like
came out.
Darkseid.
What?
It really seems like Darkseid. has
Oh
some
yeah,
advantage.
dude. Darkseid's got this in the biggity bag.
Right.
I feel like.
I don't know how.
Other than being like Harry fucking Laser Eyes,
Who?
dude, I can't think.
Oh, what? The Omega Beams?
Yeah.
How about he? Well, he also has like the like an Omega Crush like little thing. He's a super genius.
I just feel like that is the only thing quick
So is
enough.
Thanos,
I just
To
feel
get him,
like to easily get him.
bruh, his strength alone could easily get him.
I feel like they wouldn't put it to a fight if it wasn't a good fight in the first place.
Charizard versus fucking
Okay, yeah,
Greymon.
But
yeah.
yeah, I guess that was just a
Oh
request.
yeah,
see that one.
they've had multiple fights that were just like
It
you
was
know
awful.
who's gonna fucking
It
win.
was Charizard versus Greymon, and Greymon had
Digimon are so much more OP than
There's
Pokemon.
so much
right.
more OP than Pokemon. People just don't fucking realize it. Anybody has any argument on that one, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're
So
wrong.
it was
Wrong.
over before you even
Wrong.
began. The fact that they even got even a fight out of it and got them like him
It
fully
looked cool.
It looked cool. It was a really cool fight, but it was
I-
just you knew how it was going to end.
Yeah, for sure.
And this could be one of those. But they've definitely had those in the past.
Just go back to like fucking. I don't
He
think
has
that.
the
I don't think
gauntlet.
Thanos could get Superman down.
He has the gauntlet.
Does
He's
he?
gonna be bent. Yeah.
We don't know if he has the
They
gauntlets in
have
this
said
video
it
or not.
in the episode, in the
Oh,
Death Battle cast episode.
They did.
That was one of the first things that
Did
they
they
said.
talk about Darkseid
is
having
that-
the anti-life equation by chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they
good.
both have their full arsenal that
How does
they've
that
had,
even work though? As a fight.
and so they
Well,
they
he's not probably gonna
all
gonna snap him out
all
of
that they said
existence.
on those two things is Chad looked at the fucking tape and went, yes, they will have the anti-life equation and the Infinity Gauntlet. And, like, that's literally at the beginning of it. And that,
Mhm.
he's like, that's all we're gonna give you on that. And then they kind of talked about it back and forth with
They'll
the
probably
powers.
lose it. They'll probably
It'd be like Darkseid.
tic-tac-toe, trump card each other.
Like we talked about last time, especially with this being a finale episode and a battle this hype, they're not going to end it on a snap or
Right.
Mhm.
you know something simple like that. It's going to be a brutal fucking
Right.
fight.
Because
Yeah, for sure.
like genius fighters fight brutally.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
people who are usually very capable pugilists are actually intelligent people.
Darkseid's also he can go like super giant as well. Like he
Yeah.
can change his size.
Right.
Yeah, but we just said he's not you're not
He's
gonna
still
end
gonna
the
be
fight with a
using the
snap.
gauntlet. He did,
Right.
no, but
he
you're
can-
saying he can make himself
bend
use
reality to
He can bend reality to make him
Yeah,
back to
he can use all of the
Or
powers.
They
maybe
can-
to make
look-
himself bigger.
both
Right.
Darkseid and him can shape reality and been reality. Darkseid can just do it because he's a god.
But that's the thing is now with that he's basically a fucking god until you get the gauntlet off.
Well, it just depends who can bend reality better.
And that's why they don't do a bunch of reality bending character fights, because they mentioned that a lot in the,
like, how do you
watch the Death Battle.
Yeah,
that was a
it's a really good
conflict.
show.
Yeah, how many times do you want to make things turn into bubbles?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only watched Death Battle Cast a couple of times. I need
You
to watch
should,
it
because they
more.
also talk about a lot of cool geeky shit that we talk about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cool references and like things that I've never
Oh, yeah.
thought about, because they do a lot of research.
I watched
And
the podcast a few times.
Desk of Death Battle.
Oh, I
and
watch
Death
Desk
Battle
of every
Cast.
fucking
I watch
week.
Death Battle Cast every week.
Yeah.
As well.
I don't.
That shit's awesome. And it teaches me a lot about comic characters, because I don't know jack shit, and I'm just guessing for a lot of it.
Right.
So
Most weeks I'll watch the RT podcast, and most weeks I'll watch Beyond the Pine. Beyond that, I don't usually spend
away
too
from
much
Beyond the
time.
Pine.
I don't spend too much time on podcasts.
I used to watch Beyond the Pine every week, and they got a little bit pedantic and fucking like.
See, I mainly watch
like
Off
fucking-
Topic.
And off topic,
That's the one I mainly watch out of all of them.
I've watched every week since I started
And always
watching
open.
them, but I need to go back and I've watched every single episode of RT podcast. 'Cause I downloaded all of them and I binge listened
Right.
on my phone.
Yeah, it really
while
doesn't
I was
matter to me
working.
who's. It depends on who's on Always Open. Like I don't care about Barbara
try to watch
as
it.
much.
I try to watch it because they've got a lot of cool different things that they give like light on in, I don't know, just cultural differences
Yeah.
and stuff that I wouldn't ever see because I hang around a bunch of white guys.
Right.
Like it's kind of a thing. It's kind of a thing. But with Off Topic, it's always just funny. Watch it for the funny, and the RT podcast is basically the same. Death Battle Cast is great, and they're always just talking about nerdy shit basically the entire time, while kind of making jokes. But they all know what they're talking about because they've been doing this for so long, and they go back and like talk about other powers and other stuff instead of just what they've got on their plate, and then stuff about what they might do in the future or why they won't do certain things in the future, and how the death battle works, and go through all the questions, all the big good questions that people had about the last one and why it didn't work this way and whatever.
Right.
And they bring it out and like lay it out there. And sometimes it's like because that wouldn't have made for a good fight.
Yeah.
Like we made this person win, and the only reason that this was a drawn out video is because we have to make a video. This was like anything where it was like a reality that they would have won in the first place, and people are like, this shouldn't have even been a fight. They're like, yeah, but we had to make it a fight. You wouldn't watch it if it was like 10 seconds.
Right.
This isn't DBX. Like
And I mean, broadcast has stepped up their game so much in the last couple years, but of all the fucking sets, the Death Battle Cast set is so
Super
fucking
dope.
dope.
And
Yeah.
the transitions are super fucking dope too.
Broadcast
Like,
is just great in general.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you could be on any broadcast and say this is on the spot, and they would probably fucking play the thing.
Yes.
It's the best shit in the world.
Oh my god. Which that as well.
They
It's
did
something I feel like a lot of people that I know don't watch every week.
On
but
spot?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah.
someone was showing me. Fucking Danny was showing me like British game shows this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "You ever heard of On the Spot?" It's like, "No." I'm like, "Dude,
Countdown?
Huh?
Countdown? What's he talking about?
Countdown?
Yeah.
What did he count down?
No,
The British game show that he was talking about.
I don't think so. I don't remember what they were called. One of them, like they would get shown like pictures, and they each took turns like saying, like captioning the picture, basically.
Oh,
Like it was weird. I don't know.
But yeah,
I didn't understand like
Bunk?
3/4 of what they. No.
On the Spot has gotten so good over the
On the
years.
Spot's been good.
The first season is.
It's hit or
They were-
hit or miss.
Well, they're going back to
It
the
was-
first
it was
episode for this
more
season
miss.
finale.
It was more miss in the first season for me at least.
I mean, the first
2 seasons.
couple seasons was very much who's on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I like there's some episodes I still haven't watched.
And then especially
like-
now that people have been on it multiple times, they're actually like on when they get on there. And
That
really
fucking-
do it.
That improv class that Barb, Miles, and whoever else was in that troupe took last year or whatever made a huge fucking difference, because you see going from the last On the Spot season to On the Spot in Hell,
Yeah.
and just the difference of
Yeah.
how quick everybody is. And Me and Coco talked about that once.
Blaine fucking kills it.
Yeah. Like, you can see the people that keep coming back, like Blaine, Trevor, Jeremy,
Miles.
Jeremy hasn't been in it this. Jeremy's only been in it once this season, and I hate it.
He's got a lot going on.
I know.
Yeah, they had all the age stuff to plan.
Oh yeah, they're working on a weird place. They're working on
he's got
Achievement
He's
Hunter.
got his book, and he also streams.
No, I know. I'm not saying that I don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying I want to be on the spot more because I really like doing impromptu things.
Yeah, that's fair. And my favorite episode of all time is him and Miles on a team.
Yep.
And it's only happened once.
The All-Star episode?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so dope, dude. They were so hammered by the end of it, but
Mhm.
god damn it, it was so good. Ooh, just him and Miles going back and forth. Because I don't know how much they interact, like, outside of that vicinity.
Right.
So I don't even know if they're, like, really good friends or whatever, but you wouldn't be able to tell. By
They are
watching them
friends.
do
I know that.
Like, really good.
Yeah.
Like, we hang out outside of work.
Man.
Friends.
God, I think my favorite was probably the Avery Munson episode still.
That's so good,
And it's like, I can't find my keys.
Who's the dude?
Avery Munson's from Crunch Time.
No, I know who that is. But I'm talking about who's the dude? Tim Womack, and it was the guy who played the doctor in Day 5. The bald dude.
Oh,
Shannon McCormick.
Yeah, Shannon McCormick.
Shannon McCormick.
Also Wash, also
Tim-
Oscar.
Tim Womack and
Todd Womack.
Todd.
Shannon.
Tom.
Is it Todd?
Tom
Todd
Womack. Tom Womack.
Is it Tom?
Tom.
I thought it was Todd.
Tim, Todd, or Tom?
It's Todd.
Mr. Womack and the other dude. Fucking that was an amazing episode.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's-
Well, where they're all
And
bald.
It was the other. I don't remember who the other two were, but that was. It was
It's
them
the guy
and
that does the
John.
voice of North, and I don't remember who the last one was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because it was the
It was an
episode.
episode of Dads.
Everyone was bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like the dad's episode, basically.
No, I like the Joel Jeremy episodes too a lot. Like, do you remember the episode where Jeremy brought this bag of different emotions and it,
Yeah.
like, it was
Yeah,
bags of different
that was
emotions
great.
and like he had like different people's faces put on it. One of them had Joel and it was
That's
just
some of
perfect.
the all-star shit of like doing that. He was like, I need props to be funny.
Chris and Blaine's always a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Miles and Ellie as John's parents was a great bit.
Yeah.
I feel like Joel is very hit and miss with me.
You can just put Joel in it. No.
He's very hit and miss.
Whatever.
With me. I don't like his comedy in
Fine.
sometimes. I kind of think a lot of times when he's being sarcastic, he's really just being a dick, and it doesn't really hit on with other people, and it doesn't really blend with other people. And kind of in the improv way, you kind of have to blend with other people. Yes, and instead of
Right.
saying no, that's not funny.
Right.
Like, you can't just be a dick about it, and I feel like it's very hit and miss with me because of that. He seems like he becomes an asshole when he thinks that something's not funny, when you could just, like, go with it and be funnier instead.
I don't see that, but
Yeah, it might just be a personal thing, but, like, Joel has always been very hit or miss with me and stuff. I feel like he does a great job when he's actually acting.
Yeah, he's a really
But
good
as
actor.
As a personality, he's always been kind of up and down for me. Yeah. I don't know. A personal opinion, obviously, but
He certainly doesn't come across as approachable or like personable as the other founders do. Even Gus.
Yeah.
Like even Gus feels more like you could have a conversation, not feel like he was like judging you or something as much as
I don't feel like Joel would be like that.
I kind of
I don't get that vibe.
unless he's being very not him on screen.
I kind of have that vibe from him. Yeah.
I would see Gus being like that before him. Like if it was just like
No,
out
I
and
feel like
about.
I feel like Gus honestly puts on a lot more of a front of being frumpy, like because
I don't think he does.
It's his
I don't know.
character at this
Maybe.
point.
Exactly.
But I feel like he used to be more than he is.
oh
now.
yeah, he's acknowledged that.
Yeah. Like now, I feel like now he does play it up a tiny bit,
Mm-hmm.
and now, but that's only because he isn't as much as he used to be in that way. You know what I mean?
Him on RT podcast, he's kind of jovial and
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's benevolent, like all the
Yeah.
time.
Like-
He has some like hard opinions on things, but he's not like
Right.
Yeah.
Shitty.
And he's not necessarily the most sociable person in the world, but
Right.
you also see like RT Life and stuff where he's doing funny stuff
Mhm.
and not not really paying attention to the camera, I guess.
Have you watched Joel's new? Well, not new, but have you watched Joel's show?
Yeah.
What
The first 2 episodes, but the first one was about porn, and I was just like, this is kind of meh.
The first one wasn't about porn.
The first one was about internet porn.
Was that the first one?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think that was the
I
first
thought it
one.
was about the adult film industry because me and Khalifa was on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that's the first one they
Was it?
released
Yeah.
recently. Yeah.
And I haven't watched much since. Just because that one put a bad taste in my mouth, I wanted to revisit it after it had time.
it's
I
got-
didn't want to look at it judgingly again. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's great as like a talk show kind of like.
Oh yeah, I think.
Yeah, that
he's-
is a good role for Joel. I'm not a big fan of word on the street segments in shows.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah, and it feels usually miss, and you fucking cull through so many fucking people. These
Who
are
are
the
they?
best interviews that you can get.
Who are they using for that? You're still using Barbara and Blaine?
No, they use a whole bunch of different people.
Okay.
It was
I've seen Cole.
I feel like
Cole
Bar-
was in the last
I
episode
feel like
that
Barbara
I
and
watched.
Blaine were kind of a bad choice for that, for the on the street, for the word on the street kind of stuff, because they
and
a little weird.
and I don't like, at least in the I watched the whole thing when it first came out a couple years ago, but I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes since RT's been putting them back up, and I don't like how fucking obvious the cuts are, like how clear cut around the conversation is that the panelists are having. Like you can clearly tell that they're like kind of like playing up their answers and everything and making, and that's not necessarily what they said in answer to that question or whatever.
Yep.
And I hate that. Like obviously you have to do that, but don't make it so blatantly obvious.
One thing that I want to see more of, have you guys seen any of Rapid Fire?
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It's like, it's them for like a minute, and they ask them a bunch of questions in a row.
They've only done it with 2 people. They did one with Bernie and they did one with someone else.
Bernie and Barbara, Tyler Cole.
Did they do it with Tyler?
They did one with Tyler Cole, and the whole joke behind it was he had people in his basement and shit by the end of it. And they like, I don't know if they
They do
edit
it?
their actual answers or if it's like them doing, like them giving an actual answer and them cutting it out a bit or anything like that, but it's them asking them question after question, and they're giving, it's like a minute of that, and it always ends up in like this funny storyline.
Yeah, it's like, did you
super
want to see my house? Sure.
Sure.
Nice.
Nice. And then it cuts back.
No, that was the end of
Super
it.
great.
Yeah, that was him with
Yeah,
Bernie.
it cuts out. Well, it cuts out. I mean, not
That was a
cuts
good
back.
one.
It was super good.
It makes me think of like the old. We've had this conversation before.
I feel like
It's
that-
fucking talking about the old questionnaire videos that they used to do. Like there was one where they got asked questions. Bernie and Gus got asked questions about Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
That one's good. And then Bernie asked Gavin about American things, or it may not have been
I'll
Gavin.
buy it. I'll get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some shit that I would like to see more of too. And I'm wondering, because that was with the Rapid Fire was at the lab.
Yeah. The
And
lab is like, I feel like they're gonna turn the lab into the new RT Shorts thing.
I'm wondering if that
I think
wasn't
it's bigger
doing
than
well
that.
in reviews.
You're bigger than that.
I am.
And it is, and I feel like maybe it is bigger than that. I feel like they should bring back RT Shorts in more, in a
I mean,
bigger way.
RT Shorts isn't gone. It's just not as
not.
frequent as. It
Yeah, there
used
was
to
an
be.
RT Shorts just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there've
but
been a
it's not
couple.
weekly.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not. Yeah, it's not how it used
It's
to
like
be.
you might get one a month.
Right.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Yeah, like maybe.
The last one that came out was a couple weeks ago. It was the one where Gus met the Ghost of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It was Bernie.
Yeah, but that was for promotional shit.
Yeah,
That wasn't them just doing a short. That it was a funny. It was
true.
funny.
And the one
as
before
fuck.
that was also promotional shit, which was the Halloween one.
Right.
So I don't think like they're doing anything shorts wise because all of the writers are working on bigger things. Obviously,
Yeah.
I just feel like maybe they should give some of the younger writers a little bit of leeway to do some of the stuff and see if.
I think
any
they
of
do. I
this
think that's what happened. I think that's how the lab was made.
I just don't think that RT Schwartz like we remember it can really work as well now. Like we're not in a small office and everything. Like things aren't as like we're not all together and everything in the same space. Like shooting around the things happening is a lot more complicated. There's a lot of things that you have that you can't show on camera. and stuff. You
Yeah.
know, like doing one-offs of our two shorts is probably the best that we can really hope for at this point.
Mhm.
God, I hope so. I hope we, but I hope we get maybe a little more of those one-offs. Maybe
Yeah.
instead of just promotional shit.
Right.
Yeah, like I think the last one that I even remember that was just an actual like short was Bernie being a hoarder with Aaron and Blaine.
I think that is the last one that I
They
remember.
say, what are you even doing with this Nathan? No, like he is a person, Bernie. Now we're gonna go throw him in the trash.
What's your favorite short?
Oh,
I know.
How many have you seen? Have you seen?
Oh, the
Do we
RT
have
shorts?
Yeah,
else
I've seen
that
all
we
of
need
them.
to actually get to and discuss?
I mean, I don't think there's anything else to go over.
I mean, the Genlock trailer came out on this latest episode of Ruby.
Yeah, but I mean,
It looked,
Honestly, that trailer didn't do a lot for me.
it just looks super dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
robots are cool. Cool robots.
Yeah,
robots
cool
are
robots are cool.
We have Dakota Fanning and Michael B. Jordan. Woohoo!
And and fucking
And-
the super doctor.
And fucking wow! Now that you said
Channing
Super
Tatum.
Doctor, it's not
He's
Food
British.
Channing Tatum.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Fuck. Oh God.
David Tennant. God damn it, David Tennant.
I was close.
Not even close.
Yeah, because the last name's spelled with a T.
You said Super Doctor and the War
I said
Doctor.
Channing Tatum.
You said Super Doctor and the War Doctor popped in my mind, and that was not played by David Tennant. Anyway. But yeah, that's like we got a bunch of cool stuff going on. I want to see it.
I think
I really
Scissors.
want to fucking see it.
I think
Like, I'm
Scissors
excited
might be
for
my
it.
favorite.
Is it what?
Scissors. Favorite short.
Oh,
yeah.
oh yeah, favorite short.
That's a good one.
I do love
I
Scissors.
think the Gavin Clones one.
That one is super
Such a
good.
good
Fucking Looney Tunes.
when they're talking about the different accents, they're completely different accents.
Random drug test.
Oh, Mordor.
Random drug test is good.
We're talking about Food Wars, right?
Food War is. Oh no, I wasn't talking about Food War.
Let's see what.
Food
I
War?
was asking if anybody had mentioned it yet.
Oh no, nobody mentioned it
Oh
yet.
yeah.
I love Food War, man.
Catch.
Dude, our sandwiches are totally in love.
The fuck is Food War?
Food War?
Yeah.
It's
Food
where
War.
it's Jack, Gus, Joel, and Nathan. Nathan's like barely in there, but it's basically like Jack walks in on them playing a game during their lunch break, where they're taking turns like throwing things like at each other's mouths, and they gotta catch it.
I don't think I've seen this one. Go ahead.
They have to catch it, and if they catch it, well, I don't want to explain that part, but like
Yeah.
somehow, and like the next thing that ends up happening is one of their sandwiches comes to life and starts talking about a sandwich uprising. The other sandwich starts like screaming about it, and then Gus starts taking a bite of the sandwich, and then Joel starts eating the other sandwich, and they ended up eating it, and the sandwiches are in love with each other. They have like a weird thing going on while they're
See,
both
I
being
want
eaten
more
alive.
ridiculousn's like that, one-off ridiculous stuff that I
You
don't
want
think.
Matt to come back and start writing more of them.
Then yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. If that's the case, because like
that was Matt's baby.
Oh yeah.
when you said Food War, I was like Shokugeki no Sen? No Sen? Like, what? You guys seen that at all? Shokugeki?
Prank War.
It's a food.
Yeah.
It's a
Prank
food
War's a good one.
It's a food-based anime, but they made it very.
I have seen it, yeah.
They made it very like it's
Yeah, food
dirty,
ga-
but
food
it's not
gasms.
ever like
The-
Yeah,
up
they're-
in the front. Like
Right.
it's so good. It's so good. And all the actual stuff in there is legit. Give me one
I
second.
can't think of the name of the short, but the one where
Yeah.
Matt is spoiling everything for Joel.
Called spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah,
Yep.
that and
Oh, the computer one.
yep. I was just about
Yeah.
to say that one. Yeah.
With Gus and Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, the one where it's Adam or not Adam, but fucking Matt and Jeff, and one of them has like a nail sticking out of their head, and the other one has an axe in their head, and they keep on forgetting that they have it
They have
until they
it.
look in a mirror.
Ah!
Yeah. That one's super fucking good.
And then they just forget about it and walk away.
Yeah, they keep
What
forgetting.
is
They just keep
that?
forgetting about it. Then someone else like walks in with a giant axe in their head. Tiny Gus.
Tiny Gus, the
Covered in
fucking
mayo.
box.
The box with Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, the training to lose your
Give me the best
virginity
one.
one. What was the?
Which one?
Gus is training this nerd to like get.
Oh,
his-
it's Chris.
Right.
Yeah, I remember. Get the up, down, left, right, start.
Yeah.
Nope, don't think I've seen that one.
That was pretty
Or I
okay.
remember it.
You said Catch earlier. Catch is a really good one.
My dad.
Yeah. Moral of that is
That was a knife. That was a knives aren't cool, man.
I just want more of those goofy one-off things to happen.
Chain of Thought is
And-
another good one.
And Matt especially to like start. I know he's got a lot on his plate, but maybe just like in his off time. I guess I don't really think he has off time at this point.
He's got to have
Like,
off time.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
off
he
time that he
spends
wants to
that with
put
his
into-
family
yeah.
and chill.
Let
like,
his kids start writing stuff instead. Then his kids
think
getting
we'll
old
ever
enough.
see a generational not a generational thing, but like a
His-
legacy.
His kid was in the fucking RT fashion show
Mm-hmm.
recently.
Yeah, but I mean like legacy writing and actual acting. And
Well,
whatever.
he's still a kid. He's still getting older. They
Yeah.
probably.
I said,
But
I
I mean-
think we'll ever see that.
I think
I
so.
mean, Iris is getting all them baby parts.
What?
Yeah.
Like,
Baby parts.
Oh yeah.
The parts for babies
Like,
in the show.
cooing
Oh,
and crying
yeah.
and stuff.
I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
the same thing as soon as you said. I was like,
I
You
was-
know how
baby
Planned
part.
Parenthood would sell baby parts.
Just got a fucking collection in her room. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Not Chain of Thought's really good. It's the one where they're like you hear what they're thinking at the same time as like they're sitting there talking to somebody. Like I need an actuary report. Like what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that one actually might be my
give
favorite.
it to the next person, and they give it to the next person. That's great.
There's one I cannot remember. The main thing I remember about it is that someone's talking with Bernie, and like he has he has this hole like he has like an evildoer like lever that drops a hole and like he's sitting there like trying to get somebody. He's like, can you just take a few steps forward real quick, please? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
He's like reaching at a fucking switch.
Speaking of Bernie talking to people though, the fucking the one where he steals Gus's facial hair
Yes.
Oh my god.
is also super good.
The one with the puppet.
Oh, Bongo?
The
Yeah.
Pongo.
Pongo.
This Jewish puppet from the
Yeah.
Dominican Republic.
Pongo's wonderful. Pongo comes back from time to time.
I've only seen the one with him in it.
He's got at least two Pongo ones.
Plus, he showed up on
He's
the
got his own
spot.
short. Yeah, he's been on the spot, and he's got a
Yeah.
few shorts as well of his own, like his own
Mhm.
like little like bit. I think he has like a two-parter
plays that?
little thing. Pongo plays Pongo.
Garbo plays Garbo too, but who plays?
No, Michael plays Garbo.
I don't know. Something about 101
Garbo,
Dalmatians.
No, he's just really good friends with Garbo.
Who? Pongo? Pongo don't know Garbo.
No, Michael and Garbo. Garbo
Well,
is
yeah,
his
Michael
entity.
knows the whole Garbo family
Yeah.
and their pet spider,
101 Dalmatians.
Garbo.
We're just digging up as deep in RT lore as we can go.
Garbo.
Hey man, we're gonna do a first word.
Right.
Let's
First,
do it
second,
the
third.
third.
Final.
The second.
And that is the first word.
Bam!
And we'll be right back to talk about other things.
You made my head go near your crotch. That's all on you.
I did not.
Oh, I mean you. I mean.
Know where I'm cutting in at.
Took all
And welcome back. In the case of the DC Extended Universes, franchises have generally been touch and go, but early box office estimates for Aquaman have apparently compelled Warner Brothers executives to start thinking about Arthur Curry's future. In a new profile spotlighting co-star Amber Heard, The Hollywood Reporter has revealed that Aquaman 2 is currently in development.
Man, they're really
It's ballsy.
Yeah, right?
And
they push back everything else and they already go for Aquaman 2.
I want to
Right.
point out.
Jason Momoa.
I want to point out.
He
the
should
last-
be Lobo.
The last
That would
time
be
I was
cool.
on the podcast,
Mhm.
he even said in an interview that he if there was any other character.
That's
that
why
he
I'm saying
wanted,
that.
It would be Lobo.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of
In
sense.
the last time, in the first podcast that I was on, we talked about Aquaman. I said the dude's a funny guy. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of comedy that we didn't think was gonna come out of this movie, and a lot of the first reviews of it have said there's a lot of comedy we didn't think was going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I knew there was going to be comedy in this
And
movie.
nope, everybody disagreed with me on that. totally everybody at the table was just like,
No,
no, I don't
Colin.
think we're gonna get this. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be they've been writing all this dark stuff and everything. It's gonna be like this. And
No,
I was
I'm
like,
pretty sure because I've been talking for months now about how they have since Justice League that they have been putting a lighter tone on everything.
Play the clip.
Good luck.
Yeah, you're the one finding it.
Yeah, I'll find it. I know where it is. But
I know.
yeah, everybody disagreed with me on that. I was like, "Ugh," and now all the reviews are coming out. I'm like, ah,
Yes.
Fucking, I was really hoping that we were gonna see Jason Momoa do more funny shit like we see in him in reality, as being a person. And I don't have super high hopes, but I really don't have super high hopes for anything DC
Right.
cinema. But I have higher hopes for this than I did for a lot of things, but lower hopes than I did about Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman turned out fantastic.
Yeah. No screenwriter has been tapped to pin the sequel yet. However, Jason Momoa already has a few ideas in mind. 2 months ago, the actor told Total Film via Sci-Fi Wire that he, quote, has the opening of Aquaman 2 already. I went in and pitched it to producer Peter Safran and pitched it to Warner Brothers chairman Toby Emmerich. They loved it. It's awesome. But yeah, I have plans for Aquaman 2.
They loved it, and it's awesome. You're gonna love it.
You
It's
can't
awesome.
argue with that logic.
Okay,
But guys, if we're gonna love it and it's awesome,
This-
what are we even worried about?
Yeah.
worried about. You know, we were gonna pull up Justice League. See how that turned out.
I
went in
yeah,
pitched Safran, Toby Emmerich. They loved it. It's awesome. But yeah, I have plans for Aquaman 2.
We have the best sequels.
Exactly. That's what it feels like to me. Like I didn't want to fucking say it, but like.
You can ask anybody I know. If there's anybody that knows sequels, it's me. And they
Fucking presidents. over
Everyone
meme,
agrees.
That's ridiculous. It's not even a good meme.
Right.
Obama and Joe Biden was a good meme. But
Was that a good meme?
that was a hilarious
oh,
meme.
oh.
Their love connection and everything.
Romance meme?
Yeah, I liked it.
You're in my world, bro.
Without getting too political, I liked that at least.
Is that a political statement?
Yeah,
I
no,
like
not
that
really.
meme.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And let's back away from the meme conversation.
Oh
We
my
don't need to
God.
upset anybody.
I've upset a lot of people with memes.
Any non-playing incels out there?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Jesus Christ. It's too much.
You know what I don't get about incels? It's like
Aquaman.
they probably love Aquaman.
Director James Wan similarly acknowledged that there could be a number of places the sequel could go. There's definitely stories, even within the world we created, that you can actually see other storylines spinning off from as well. There's the Aquaman story, but then there's the stories of the 7 different kingdoms as well. I think those would be very fun to explore.
But have they done anything like that with any of the other characters?
No, which is still perfectly fine because them taking a character that they haven't used before, just like they did with Wonder Woman, is not a bad idea, and it'd be easier to explore their world because not as many people know it. It makes you more attached to them because you don't know them, just like people didn't really know jack shit about Iron Man or Captain America or any of these
Did they
characters.
not?
No, not really. Not compared to like Superman.
I feel like
Or Batman,
Civil
or-
War was like one of the better, like more popular comics, and that was a
Among
huge thing about it.
comics, not among the general public.
Yeah.
Like the
That's
general,
fair,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like did you really know shit about any of these characters beforehand?
No, but I didn't read comics.
See, that's
so
the thing. A lot of people don't read comics.
That's
Right.
fair.
A lot of people just go to see movies.
Yeah, and then once I started seeing these movies, I went and explored more comics.
Superman is like the biggest icon. DC Comics have some of the biggest icons.
And even then, a lot of people don't know actual like lore about him. It's
Yeah,
just,
of course.
it's just
about
the
the comics,
general
about the
fucking shit.
movies and
Yeah.
Christopher Reeves and statues and shit.
Spinning the world back
Punching.
around and
Punching evildoers.
I mean, Superman's been punching films since like the 40s. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
there's
It's been
I
There's-
mean, Batman too. He's been around. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Superman and Batman are multimedia.
Wonder Woman was back there too. The Flash had his own show
Yeah,
first.
but those weren't like.
They weren't
They
the
weren't
best.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nothing like Superman or Batman and whatnot.
Some people really liked the Flash show.
But it's
Like,
only
That was a niche. That was like a cult thing.
it's
Yeah.
only really. I mean, I guess you could say the Raimi films and the Singer X-Men films. It's really only recently that the Marvel characters
Well, the Hulk.
have. Yeah, and the Hulk.
Yeah.
But it's only really recently that the Marvel characters have really existed outside of the comics. Where like Batman and Superman, yes, they're comic book characters, but there's so much more than that, and they've been so much more than that for so long. They're firmly established like film characters as well.
Yeah, Aquaman's like one of the best bets to go off of it because he is the biggest underdog, and they've shown multiple times before that you can make him actually cool.
Yeah.
And with him not being as known as like with him having such awesome backstory and lore with Atlantis and everything that absolutely nobody knows about.
It was just
Trying to break the brain of Justice Friends at that point.
the design choices for Aquaman originally kind of made him very dated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess as soon as you update him,
Now
it's a
you
cool
mean-
concept.
Well, he's
Being
like
in
a-
the ocean.
Samoa.
by the
He's
end of
fucking
this,
Poseidon, you know, basically.
by the end of this, he's like a combo of Justice League, like the Justice League Aquaman, like with the long blonde hair and the.
eye patch and the
He
missing hand.
Does he have an eye patch?
Does he have an eye patch?
I don't know. He
has
just has
missing
a
hand.
hook. Yeah.
Yeah, he has a
Oh yeah, he has to cut off his own hand so he can save his baby from a lava pit.
Right. I remember him with an eye patch too at some point.
I don't think he had an eye patch.
You have an eye patch. Anyway.
I had an eye patch for a while, one time. Not important though. But like I like how he's a like a suave, cool mixture of the two of them, and like, because that one's like more gritty and darker, which he does have a bit of that on him, and then the Justice League one is a lot more serious and less funny, and then you go to like the original like style of him, and he's just like a cocky like fucking. He's not as douchey as this one is.
The Brave and the Bold Aquaman is really, really good.
Oh yeah, the Brave and the Bold, pretty much anybody is good. They're working on an Elastic Man movie.
Cool. He was really cool.
Yeah,
Plastic Man.
Animated?
I don't think so.
Wait, Plastic Man or
Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
He's
Plastic
the cooler
Man.
of the two.
Animated?
Yeah.
Plastic Man's kind of annoying.
Or
Yeah,
I don't think so. I saw that.
I think it's live action.
Yeah, let me see.
That's fine. That's easy. Easy peasy.
Is
Lemon Plastic Man.
yeah, but you see what they did with Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What, 15 years ago?
Yeah, I know, but still.
There was another one that came out.
We don't acknowledge Fan Stick on this podcast.
Did you say Fan Four-Stick?
Yeah.
Foreskin?
Yeah, we don't acknowledge our fans' foreskin on this podcast.
I acknowledge your
If you want to
foreskin.
keep it, you can.
Yeah, just don't. I don't want to see it. You keep it, get rid of it, do what you want to with it. I just don't want to acknowledge it.
Nolan takes them in jars. 8 ounces with
No.
embalming fluid.
They look
Not
like
about
calamari.
foreskin. I'm about 4 gumballs.
Speaking of what Nolan can take, and 4 gumballs, click that link down the bottom, go to our Patreon, and
Give us like,
4 gumballs.
yeah, 4 gumballs.
The price of 4 gumballs.
Gumballs are nice.
gumballs are nice.
This episode's gonna be so long.
It is. I'm looking forward to this so much.
Why did you guys talk so much?
Today,
My first time on here in a while. It's been a while. The last one that I was on was long as fuck.
I was kidding.
Today-
Like,
today is the 11th, so that means that Spider-Man. I'm about to say Star Wars Into the Spider-Verse. That'd be cool.
Dope.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse comes out this weekend, so next week
Stop it.
patrons
Stop
can expect an early view of a breakdown on that. We'll go see that this weekend. We'll get that to you, and then Bumblebee, Aquaman. There's a lot of stuff for us to.
Bumblebee tuna.
Bumblebee tuna.
So much is going on.
So much is going
Now I'll
on.
be able to go and see movies. Because I don't live in a podunk town anymore.
Well,
They don't have movies
There's
there?
not a podunk town. We're like the 4th fucking biggest in Kentucky.
Was that, like, Footloose?
We're still a
Hold
stop
on,
off
hold
point
on.
for bigger places.
what was that last word in your sentence?
Kentucky?
Yeah, there you go.
Have a movie
My old
theater.
Kentucky home?
You have a movie theater like a 15-minute drive.
Yeah, the movie theaters
That's not that
too.
bad.
Compared to
How is
real
it
theaters, because there's better theaters.
It
Only
has
got closed down for
movies
taco
playing.
theaters.
What?
It has movies playing.
Oh, yeah, that's what movie theaters do.
What do you want from a movie theater other than
It
that?
to be nice.
Better
and
seats.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to Regal
You're
Cinema
there for
in
2.5
Nashville? That's
hours.
cool.
I've been to some really dope ass theaters, but they're expensive as fuck.
Those ones are.
Well,
about
theaters
the
are just
same as
expensive
cinema.
because that's the only way they make money.
Hmm?
They only make money off of like concessions and like
Yeah.
they don't actually make money off the tickets or anything.
No,
like
I'm
that.
talking about the tickets and the
Well, yeah,
fucking
tickets are still
sitting
expensive all the
down
time.
and getting waited on and all that shit is expensive.
Who
as
waits
fuck.
on you?
That's what I'm talking about. Some dope ass theaters.
I mean, that's super dope. I just want to fucking recline and have
Yeah,
a beer.
basically.
Yeah.
But like, oh, nice
Ooh.
seats. Look at this
if
thing.
only they'd
God,
alley.
if you could get a beer at the fucking movie theater, that'd be so
You-
damn sweat.
Yeah. Just wear a camel pack in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but what happens when you you gonna bring a whole fucking 6-pack in with you? Like, what happens when you fucking finish that? It's a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, you just
drink
be in
mixed
it.
drinks.
Do you have a tumor? Oh yeah, I brought a bottle of booze into a theater before.
Yeah, but that's
you
not the
just mix it
same
in
as
Coke and go.
as being a fucking adult
Yeah.
and going to see a movie and being like, you know what would be
I
fucking
want to
good
buy
about-
this
I earned
beer.
this.
Yeah, I earned this. Yeah.
If only Made in Alley would branch out and buy Cinemark. Wouldn't that be dope?
No, it'd be cool.
Who's buying Cinemark?
If Made in
We
Alley
are.
bought Cinemark.
Uh,
they
don't-
have beer. and such.
Cinemark isn't like locally owned. Cinemark's a part of.
I'm aware.
Cinemark.
No, they're part of Rave Theaters.
Yeah.
Rave bought them out forever ago, or it was vice versa, one of the two.
Where? What I'm saying is it would still be dope.
I would guess that's cinema. Mark. Not a map.
Cinema Mark.
Cinema Mark.
Bought at Rave?
Yeah, because they still go by cinema.
Cinemark.
Right?
So click below and donate to our Patreon so we can buy out Cinemark and Rave.
Yes.
We'll buy out Cinemark and then we'll rave.
Yeah. We'll just clean out everything and then throw a big old rave.
And if you are new to the channel, because there are some new people here apparently, welcome to Indie Carnival. We do this, obviously. We have some other shows.
We
You
do
guys
this
are-
obviously and everything else pretty subtly.
Yeah. Apparently you guys have really been taking to life on the Bone Farm. Thank you very much for all those views. We very much appreciate that. While you're over here, check out Child's Play. Aaron and Kira and Ant and Brian are going through Super Bunny Man. They've been trekking along that for a few weeks now.
That game's so fun. We're gonna play that game tonight. You're playing that game with me tonight.
I'm aware of Super Bunny Man. I don't know if I want to play it with you.
Why?
Because,
I'm super good at it.
yeah, that's why I don't want to play with you.
Why?
Because you'll be so far ahead of me and I'll be having to catch up.
No, I'm gonna be babysitting you the whole way and like carrying you. It's so fun.
Literally and figuratively.
Things I don't trust Aaron saying.
I play this with an 8-year-old. I can do this with.
Literally,
I can do
that's
this
it.
with Colin.
Things that make me uncomfortable.
Weirdo.
Things Aaron would
Anyway.
say.
And first episode of Kick Place Bounty Hunter should go up sometime this week.
He's hunting bounties.
I am. Be fun times.
Did you play as Boba Fett in that game?
Django.
Jango Fett.
Don't you fucking talk to me like that.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
so Django?
Yeah,
oh, you've been
Jango.
wrong about it being Jango Fett?
I never said that it was Boba. I
Oh,
asked if
you
it
asked.
was Boba
You
that
asked.
played.
And it wasn't.
Well, yeah, of course.
No, and the fact that there was never a sequel to that game where you played as Boba Fett is
Right.
always fucking
When
haunted
did
me.
you guys get a more hateful dynamic than me and you?
What are you talking about?
I'm offended. I'm offended.
That was early. Those
Yeah.
early days.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
that was
exposition.
early days after I was gone.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't have left and everything wouldn't have fallen apart, Colin.
Well,
It's your fault.
see, Nolan actually thinks he's more threatening, and you just understand that you're not. He'll get
Oh,
there.
look, I'll get back.
I
I'm
just
just
don't
gonna
seem
be on your
threatening
side
enough.
most of the time.
Yeah.
I just have 2 threats.
And Aaron is threatening his way through Star Fox Adventures.
Me and Prince Tricky. He's
It's,
a Triceratops. His dad's the king of the Earthwalkers,
No, that's right.
but he's in prison right now.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten there yet, but I get to fight a T-Rex.
that's pretty neat.
He's got a jewel in his forehead.
I wonder what you do with that.
You put it in the core of the planet.
And
The game is so good!
Pop filter.
You bring the planet together!
Anyway.
and And Desert Science will be coming back next year, so hit up that playlist and catch up on all those episodes so you're ready for that.
You know, we need a playlist of all of our shows.
Hey, you know that there's an episode of DBZ Abridged in the playlist for Desert Science.
There is?
Yeah.
There sure is, buddy.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't
Because
know.
I never watch anything on the Indie Carnival
Why
channel
would it
That could have been me. I don't know.
why would it be in the playlist though?
because someone added it to the playlist.
How do you do that? I don't even know.
You
You
click on
click
the
the
video
wrong
and
button.
you're like, hey, let me add this to this playlist.
You click the
Right.
wrong button or put your phone in your pocket or something.
I feel like
But
that's multiple
to
buttons.
be fair, that could have been me. It's not.
Okay, I'll put on one of you
To
two.
be fair, it could have been me. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but it could have. Depends on when it got added and who had access at the time.
Can you
So-
not remove it?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you personally.
I mean, yeah, I have to log into the.
So why didn't you just do it? Oh.
Well,
So
I wanted to
two
shame
clicks.
someone first.
So while you have
It's
time,
gonna be, man.
It's so fixed already.
so while you have time, check that Desert Science playlist and get a bonus episode of fucking Team 4-Star apparently.
If you sit through all of it.
You sit through all of it.
Does
Sit
sound
through all
pretty-
of it.
does
It's
sound
a good
sittable.
show.
It is.
It's sittable, definitely.
You know what? Coming back to it, I like it a lot more than I did before. I liked it before pretty good. So,
Man, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And this season is going to all the color corrections going to be the exact same. It's not going to be different anymore.
Right.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it changes so much.
Oh yeah, it does
So
because
much.
we were recording with a fucking phone for most of it.
What? Really?
Yeah, we recorded with my
Really?
phone
You
for.
had
Yeah,
that?
do you not remember that shit? No.
We didn't
Oh,
have
we started Desert Science before we
Oh,
had
way,
Hefe.
way before we had Hefe.
Way
I'm
before
trying,
we
I'm
had
trying to think
Hefe.
if we had Hefe at like any point during Desert Science.
You had to.
Yeah, season 2 we had Hefe.
Okay,
You
yeah.
had 1080.
Yeah. We had season 2. We
Right.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Inglorious HD.
Yeah. HG. Yes.
You see God, I see Lou Ferrigno right dressed like a sun bear.
Nobody had a current phone at that time.
A what? I had a pretty nice one. It was a Galaxy. It was like a big Galaxy
Should have
phone.
been able to record in 1080 on any current
Oh
phone.
yeah, but phones just suck.
That doesn't.
That phone just sucked ass.
Okay, but that you just said it was a pretty good phone.
It was a pretty good phone, other than the fact it sucked ass.
Is that a feature of it?
You gotta get like deep down in the
I knew
accessibility
that
spot.
one.
Yeah, you can open
So-
this one up with a thumbprint. This one sucks
So
ass.
getting into some nerd talk right now. Something weird I found out whenever we were shooting with the phone and trying to figure out like frame rates and stuff is phones.
It would have been at 1080 30.
No, phones don't do it at a constant frame rate.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
phones jump all over the place.
Yeah, we
in
always
the
had to
frame rate.
handbrake it.
Yeah, 'cause we had to fucking like put it at a constant frame rate because it wouldn't ever sync up to anything. Like the video would drift all over the place when you try to sync it up to the
Yeah.
audio.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. Oh god, it sucked
In
because
very
at
current
first-
phones,
Mhm.
because it
At
should
first it
keep a
was-
steady 30 on anything past the S7.
at first I didn't understand the problem, and
Maybe-
I just started.
maybe in like newest phones,
Yeah.
but like that
Mine-
phone wasn't that old that we were using.
Yeah,
and I was looking up.
He was maybe like 2 years old, maybe
Yeah.
a year old.
Yeah.
But no, oh yeah, God, I didn't realize that was the problem because I was the one editing Fandom first, and
Mhm.
fucking I didn't realize that was the problem, and I just thought like I was just clipping bits out to put it back in time, and then
Yeah.
I would get to the next bit, and it would be just back out of time. Like what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Like you just kept slowly veering off of time over and over and over again, and then that's when we found Handbrake, sweet, beautiful Handbrake.
Hmm.
Changes it like you can
Yeah.
put it all at a yeah.
I just don't know what would have caused it to fucking go at multiple different frame rates.
It's just
It's
a
a
It's
thing
like
of, like
processing speed thing.
Yeah, and the video is so fucking long. Like it's. Did we have no? Yeah, we had to handbrake science as well.
when we were doing it with the phone. Yeah.
Stupid ass. Oh, God. I do love editing Desert Science though.
Weird. No,
I edited that finale that we watched, right? I'm pretty sure I was.
No, I did. I know I did the psychedelic episode.
All of it. I think
You-
we both worked on it.
You got the.
I know I
back-
did the ending, or the after credits little bit or whatever. The
Of-
part with
of
the straw man.
Yeah.
I know I did that.
Fucking silly pea.
Dude, God, that picture with him in the hat that says "Silly P" that I did.
Because
We
I
need to
remember.
add a character.
I remember. Yeah, we do. I remember like looking for the bear picture, and
The bear
and,
picture.
and Lou Ferrigno and finding the
Oh, yeah.
fucking a good pose of Lou Ferrigno, like getting ready for a fight or something. So I remember
the mud wrestle at Sunday.
Yeah.
Sweet Pete.
Now,
What, and Sweet
In my
Pete
mind,
does the science?
Oh, maybe not. I mean, what have
in my mind's eye,
I just
I
think
was
the
like
character-
a bear
the
from
character
the
was
sun,
Mm-hmm.
but they're sun bears that actually
Dude,
exist.
sun bears are so cool.
Bear from the Sun's pretty cool too,
Isn't it?
Yeah, and Lou Ferrigno could still probably take it.
And bears' sons are really adorable.
Like baby
Okay.
bear?
Like the Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah.
Cubs
I
with
saw the
little
Cubs the
belly.
year they won the World Series.
That's cool.
Rub it in our face, why don't you?
I don't know why that's not.
That's fine.
You guys aren't into baseball. How is that bragging?
How do you know? Wow, and now you're assuming what we're into.
Yeah. When have we ever had a conversation
I have
about
taken-
baseball?
We're having one
When
right
have we
now.
ever had a
out to a
conversation about baseball?
Ball game and taken a few out to a crowd, mostly just the crowd, but whatever.
You know what? Buy me some.
I've taken a
peanuts and
few
Cracker
crowds
Jacks.
out, put them in a little
You
game.
I
can
don't
find
care
your
about
own
it,
way
ever.
back. No,
I've been to a baseball game or two.
I like baseball
I
really
in
don't.
in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I like actually going to a game
That's
and
the magic of
everything.
baseball.
See, I'd much
Watching
rather-
on TV,
I'd much rather
bullshit.
play
Yeah.
baseball. I'd much rather play baseball than sit there and watch it. I cannot sit there and
Oh,
watch
playing it's
baseball.
the best.
I can't
yeah.
do either.
Yeah, playing it's great.
Can't
but
do
Being
either.
there. What?
Can't do either.
I
Both of them are
like
way.
There's probably
do
a
something.
position you
Wait,
can
You
play.
suck
do
at
something.
sports.
Wait, do
Hey.
something.
You
never
know
seen
what?
me
There's
play
probably a
any
position
sport.
you could play.
Ever.
Colin.
I've watched you play tennis.
That's how baseball works.
second catcher.
Yeah,
Catcher.
catcher.
No, dude, right field.
I'm all about being a catcher.
Or wait, left field?
Either one.
All right, and that is Fandom Nonsense. Thank you guys for tuning in.
One
We're
was
gonna-
a lot easier.
We're gonna get out on baseball.
No, right now Colin calling himself a catcher.
Love you.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything on your personal channel that you want to plug or streams or anything?
I'm gonna start working on a. Look me up on literally anything at Colin Crocodile, COLIN,
You can do it better than he can.
Right.
Yeah, Colin Crocodile with one L in Colin, and you'll find me on all of that, and YouTube and whatever, and I'll be starting a Mega Man series with Coco.
Who's
And,
one L in Colin?
It's Colin.
I'm-
COLON crocodile.
No, you're saying with
Colon.
one L in Colin.
Bye.